The following program is rated TV-MA-LV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audience.
Yo. It's your boy TTB. Today, June 25th, Grand Theft Auto pre-order day. You know what I'm saying? I got mine pre-ordered like a dumbass, but hey, Grand Theft Auto, it deserves it. But anyway, this is TTB After Dark, episode 57. I finally gonna get to this video of Asmongold and Hasan Piker. If y'all don't know who they are, they streamers, but they talk about a little political stuff and just hear the contrast. So y'all know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Hey, if you're watching this on a replay, please give me a comment so I get in this algorithm. You know, all that. So I like to always start off before I even get into hard news. Look at some stuff that's funny, you know. And everybody knows this is summertime. You might want to go to the water park, want to go swim and everything. And sometimes they don't go the right way. So I'm about to show you one of the times that it doesn't go the right way. Here we go. Go 3 feet. Just stand up.
Feet down. Shit. The hell are you doing?
No, too old. Go ahead and slide. Hey, remember these slides. Before you even go on the slide, right? Go look at the feet. The swim pool is like how deep it is. All she had to do is just literally stand up. You know what I mean? That's all she had to really do. But yeah, hey, like I said, sometimes things just happen. Hold on, real quick. Ooh. So I'm on. Let's see. Hold on. Boom. SPLC. No, I put this up here. All right, Stephan A. Smith, man. Hold up. Let me let's transition. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Stephan A. Smith been on a roll on his podcast, man. He been talking a lot of hard news subjects. He been talking about the Carmelo Anthony situation. a lot of politics. Like he's really taking up the role of talking hard news. I actually like the hard news version of Stephen A. a little bit better than sports takes, because some of the sports takes is sensational. They never really talk about the nuts and bolts. It's really on a surface level when you talk about like sports, but when you talk hard news, he's actually got a little bit more credibility, even though we know where he's gonna vote for or whatever. I mean, he bring up good points in the politics side. So let's read. Let's see what you gotta say.
I'll confess something to y'all. Clinton was a lawyer in Arkansas, grew up poor, relatively broke. How the hell him and the Clinton Foundation is worth hundreds of millions of dollars beats me. Barack Obama was a community organizer who became the president of the United States. And last time I checked, that salary ain't over $450,000, if I remember correctly. I got to double check that. How the hell you depart from office? You worth over $200 million?
Good point. So if y'all don't know, a lot of times when, especially from the left, the right does it similar. A lot of times when the right does it, they coming from money. Like the Bush family came, like George W., he owned the Rangers. He had oil money, all kinds of stuff going on. So yeah, he came from money. Reagan was an actor. He was an actor for years. And he's actually talking Genesis, and he's making good points. Like it's some points that people been talking about all along, but he's putting in more understandable in his way, like for the lowest common denominator. You know, that's pretty much his lane. So like Clinton, he's right about Clinton and Obama. They both they came in pretty much maybe upper middle class. You know what I'm saying? Because like I think Michelle, she was actually a lawyer. You know, he was a community organizer. But the thing is, when you're doing those nonprofits, they don't understand. Like, yeah, you might not get a salary straight up, but if you got some type of foundation, they'll funnel that money to you. I mean, it'll be some type of trust or something. They're gonna put money in there. So that's a hustle in itself. But yeah, he's right on about that. You see a lot of, and that's the play. Like they, especially on the left, they get on by, okay, we're gonna join these nonprofits. We're gonna join these things that's connected to USA, connected to some people in Hollywood or whatever. And then they get like when they get rich out the donations. Well, what's up, Just Jay? By the way, what's up, everybody? What's up, Juicy Fruit? Salute to you, Genesis One, Just Jay. Anybody else coming? I holler at after that, man. But yeah, that's how they do. So that's the play. Like, if you're a good you're a good speech right, not even a speech writer, or you could do a good speech, right? Just be able to articulate yourself pretty well or whatever. The left will, man, they'll make something out of you. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's really, I don't know, about 60-70% of the political job is to be able to say what you really mean and say in a way. Oh yeah, it was. And say in a way it could be digested by most people as possible. So that's all really the left needs to push what they want to push. They get, like, Clinton was he was a great, like, he knew how to read the room. He knew how to command the room with the speeches and stuff. Same with Obama. Like, they was like, I mean, the same with Reagan for that matter. Like Reagan do a speech and he could have people eating out his hands. I mean, that's a testament of a good politician. Let's read.
It's amazing to me how these politicians go into office and you're sworn to serve the American people. It's called service, but somehow, some way, they always depart exponentially richer than when they arrived.
And the reason that is, and this is all presidents, they do leave richer than they come in, because like once you hold that position, you getting hit up by lobbyists afterwards. You're getting hit because like now, especially how Clinton and Obama made a lot of their money. Obama made a lot of money because he ended up becoming a consultant for Netflix, and matter of fact, believe it or not, like the former company of the Weinstein Company, he became a consultant for them when they changed over. I forgot what the company name, but like I said, like speech engagements, they pay them out the wazoo to do these speeches. Like Clinton, they had a Clinton Foundation, which I mean, that might have been a little some money laundering going on there. But hey, who to say? I don't know. That's all alleged. It's a conspiracy theory. Anyway, but Clinton, like, shit, they were getting like damn near $1 million per speech at one point, And when Clinton got one good thing about Clinton, he had an eventful run as president. Like you had the Monica Lewinsky stuff. Everybody want to hear about that. Of course, he had stuff like the advent of Al Qaeda becoming a major threat. He had a lot of like Oklahoma City. All this stuff was going on. Like really, that part a lot of people gonna want to hear. And then he has a lot of dealings. Like he had a lot of scandals. People talk about Trump having a lot of scandals. Like Clinton had a lot of big ones, but like, things got swept on the rug. And President Obama, like, of course he's gonna make a lot of money going to doing these speeches because he's the first black president. How long he's gonna get a better claim a good rate on a speech or not, So yeah, it might be some underhanded stuff too. I can't confirm or deny that. You know what I mean? Speaking of underhanded stuff, what I think I remember was the country. And see, the reason the country was in surplus, yeah, with Clinton, because he had closed a lot of the military bases during that time from the Cold War. Because when the Cold War was over, a lot of the bases got closed, so that kind of upped and then he used the Bush tax raises. He kind of used that. And then they did a reform on welfare, which pretty much without that we probably wouldn't have had Pelosi in office during that time. But that's pretty much how he got it. How he had a surplus because like we wasn't spending as much money on defense like compared to when we had the Soviets looking at us crazy. So it was like a transition time. Like Clinton was a that's probably the one presidency that on the surface everything looked decent, everything was pretty good. We had a surplus and stuff, but a lot of underhanded stuff was going on behind the scenes. Like we wouldn't have we probably wouldn't have Al Qaeda the way it was when 9/11 hit if Clinton would have acted on some of the things he had knowledge of. And then in a way, they like Janet Reno and all that. It was a lot of stuff going on where like a lot of civil liberties was getting trampled on a little bit because of like the gun rights stuff, like what happened in Luby's back in '93. Luby's down there in Killeen, I think it's Killeen that Luby shouldn't happen at. It was, and like I said, like Columbine had on the Clinton. People forget that, like '99, that happened in '99, and matter of fact, Clinton's administration. That was the biggest jump into like school violence. Like it wasn't school violence wasn't a thing as much prior to then. And then it's just a lot of stuff. The Clinton administration, the 90s, it's a weird one because like at one point we had that's probably the most creative Americans were. Like our pop culture was like the envy of the world. Like you had rock and hip hop just bang, just making. Yeah. He wasn't perfect. I'm not. Yeah, no president's perfect. I'm just saying, like from my standpoint, as the '90s was that was a decade where the Saturday morning cartoon died because the '96 education bill they took away. So that bill, I forgot the exact name of it. It happened in '96. I remember this vividly because that was during the time when, like, all right, we had all these cartoons. I mean, I was a kid during that time, so I remember this. X-Men, Spider-Man, all this stuff. But that bill came in, and they required each broadcast network, the FCC, to have educational programming that counteracts the cartoons on Saturday morning. So effectively, like, Fox Kids was pretty much going down. I mean, they kind of slowly but surely got rid of that Saturday morning cartoons and stuff, because like that's where where a lot of, like, if you want to know why X-Men was like the biggest thing in the '90s, is because of that cartoon. You know what I'm saying? And just little stuff like that. Like, you would think it's more like they were more focused on the. Oh, my audio went out. Hold on, check. Oh, that might be YouTube. So yeah, that was a weird '90s, a weird time. But yeah, like I said, Clinton, like I said, he did have a surplus. So speaking of some shicey stuff, man, it's a segue. Feds say Pooh Shiesty is too dangerous to be released after announcing video evidence of him and Big 30 holding Gucci Mane hostage with a Draco pointing at him while being forced on video to say Pooh Shiesty dropped from 1017. So here's the video. They gonna actually show the video out. It's going in and out. It shouldn't be going in and out. Like, hold on, let me check this. Hold up. Check. Nah, let's see. How about now? Is that better? Juicy. Just give me a 1 if that's better. So the danger here is concrete. Pooh was shot. Okay, I had to turn. It had an automatic. It had an automatic volume. So yeah, let's see how this look.
New this morning, the federal government says rapper Pooh Shiesty is simply too dangerous to be out on bond. The rapper's real name is Lontrell Williams Jr. He is asking to be released on bond ahead of his trial. You may remember he and 8 other men, including his father, are accused in the January robbing and kidnapping of his record label owner, Gucci Mane. The other defendants, including Shiesty's father and rapper Big 30, they're already out on bond. But here's this new filing. Prosecutors argue Shiesty should not be allowed out under any circumstances.
She talks slow. Let me see. Up there.
They say no condition of release can protect the community or witnesses against Williams Jr. from the danger he poses. It goes on to say the danger here is concrete. Williams Jr. himself has shot at least 2 people. He leads a Memphis street gang of about 100 members. Excuse me. They say he's a man who could summon an armed entourage at will.
Oh, you know what, man? Like, here's the thing. This thing about rappers right now. I kind of blame this on that voice in our culture, right? Like, let's go back. Let's go back to the '90s, right? When to the '80s, when like NWA, Ice-T, Schoolie, Schoolie G. It was a Schoolie G. Like, all those gangster rappers coming out, right? And then that, the response, because that, of course, that was super popular. You know what I'm saying? What ended up happening was, now, since they are making millions off saying this stuff on rap and everything on wax, now you got a select few in the culture be like, well, you didn't really do that stuff. You didn't really do that stuff. So when the kids of these rappers hear that, oh, that's cool, Ginger One, hear this this narrative come out about well, they ain't really real. They ain't really do that. They ain't really do it. All that stuff. Now they want to go out and do it to prove that whatever they rapping about is real, instead of it being an entertainment venture to get out the hood. So I kind of blame that more on that thought process where you got to do exact like it was dumb for me for this matter, because like I know that's it's a genre. It's entertainment. You should. It's like you asking Arnold Schwarzenegger to go fight the predator, go find a predator and fight. That no predator exists unless the government knows something I don't know, and they got one of them hid up in some black site somewhere. There's no such thing as a goddamn what's Paris Hilton talking about? I just got pulled off sides. Paris Hilton is at the game. Should look weird. Anyway, that's another story. But yeah, you're not asking Sylvester Stallone to be Rocky in real life. Oh yeah. And I think Pooh Shiesty problem was that's the street code thing going on, where he feel like he got to do this extra stuff to get out of situations instead of. I mean, it's different ways to fight about them, man. Like, you don't always have to go all the way in on the hood stuff, especially when you're dealing with something on court. Because it's kind of tricky in hip hop, because like if you don't come in there on your own and really establish yourself before even getting with anybody on anybody wing, that's where it gets tricky at. Because like I don't think Gucci was on that type of time where he won't let anybody out unless he'll get somebody taken out before they let him out type thing. Kind of like what we talking about with Clive Davis. We're gonna get on that a little bit on the controversies of like some of the older, because the music industry is pretty much how they run it is pretty much it's a microcosm of how the mafia life was, where they assign you up on these contracts, and a lot of these contracts the contract where what we know of now came from the Jewish mafia and Italian mafia. Italian mafia figured it out too. So that's what was based off of. I mean, I'm not saying every contract is this and this, but I'm just talking about in the music industry or whatever. So you already at this event. I don't have no knee surgery. What are you talking about? All right, man. Hey, you good? You had the wrong one, man. All right, I'll show y'all this. See, you say something about knee surgery. Yeah. You got the wrong chat, man. I don't have no knee surgery today. Are you crazy? Don't even put that on me. Anyway, so yeah. I lost train of thought. So I get. He gonna lose in that situation. The only way this is my thing. This is the way he should have played, in my opinion, is if Yo Gotti wants you, have Yo Gotti buy you out. You know what I'm saying? Have Yo Gotti buy you out if he really truly wants your services. And because like Gucci he gave you a number to get bought out. Like if Yo Gotti really wants you, but here's my thing: why would you want to go to Yo Gotti anyway? Because Yo Gotti got heat on him from numerous things, like the Young Dolph case and all this other stuff going on. Like, where not necessarily he's directly involved, but like there's tentacles that somewhere it's somewhere close towards him. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about Yo Gotti. Why would you, if I'm Pooh Shiesty, why would I want to be a part of that when the play, really to me, the play is, stick with Gucci till you actually able to get your own like distribution deal. Because you fucked up trying to get a deal in the first place when you should have just went and got hot. See, today, say, you don't necessarily have to get a deal straight up. You could just sit back and just use this social media thing, connect with a couple people, and then they'll blow you up a little bit, Like I mean, it's so many ways to get hot in these streets. But like I said, he took the contract route, and he just misplayed it. Like, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even went to like, if you want to go to Gucci Man, you should just stick with Gucci Man and say, hey, how can I get out the deal when I have to get out the deal? It's the thing is you gotta kind of let go of the streets too, but he's trying to use all this. I mean, I don't really think he really wanted to rap or wanted to do this right, because like the way he was moving, how you gonna have this right? How you gonna make this right? So yeah, he screwed himself, man. Hold on, let me In the Sentence had a good video of it. I could share. Oh, hold up. Let me go on my playlist. I had already, yeah, bam, right here. I got a lot of stuff on my show prep now. I didn't erase some of this stuff. It's the problem with content creating. Sometimes you get too much stuff, you know what I mean? Hold up real quick. All right, here. This In the Sentence. Salute this channel. I'll share his video in the description when I'm done.
Carjackings, firearm offenses, narcotics that the feds filed. Now, this is the government's response to Shiesty's motion. And immediately they would point out Shiesty orchestrated an armed kidnapping and robbery while on federal home confinement. Him and 8 co-conspirators.
See, this part I didn't know. He was living in Frisco, Texas. That's the same. If y'all don't know, that's the same city where the whole Carmelo Anthony situation happened in. So he was actually living in Frisco when all this was going on, like you know. So he was under house arrest on federally.
Perpetrated the armed kidnapping and robbery of 3 victims in a Dallas, Texas recording studio.
I know what that's at.
Shiesty also leads a Memphis-based street gang referred to as the Chopper Gang. At the time of this offense, Shiesty resided in North Texas, fulfilling the final months of a 63-month sentence for conspiracy to possess firearms and furtherance of violence and drug trafficking crimes in violation of the feds. Now, Memphis detective Paul Petty previously explained to the courts on May 27th regarding co-defendant Kadarius Waters. The Chopper Gang is Memphis-based clique of the Grape Street Crips.
So he's gang affiliated. So this shit might be a part of the RICO for the Grape Streets, man. That's crazy.
That has been known to participate in homicides, robberies, carjackings, firearm offenses, narcotics trafficking. And Shiesty is the co-founder of the gang, which has close to 100 or more members.
Juicy, that's all I could do is just shake my fucking head like this nigga right here, man.
Now, maybe I just didn't know, but I wasn't aware that Pooh Shiesty was a Grape Street Crip.
I don't think anybody know unless you was in Memphis. Where Trina at, man? Come on, Trina, you in the bushes, holler at me, man. This is crazy.
Or maybe he's just Chopper Gang and Chopper Gang has Grape Street members. I don't know. Now, as part of Shiesty's sentence, he was required to reside in Frisco, Texas, and he obviously wasn't allowed to have guns, couldn't associate with people with a criminal record, couldn't consume.
So he basically couldn't even talk to his dad and all of them, but he all with him. So yeah, that's another strike.
Alcohol or use.
This dude might get 50 years in the feds. I mean, you done, son. He might get 50 years in the feds, for real. Kidnapping, you hanging out with... You went in there, you had guns, I mean, come on, you might get 50 years for real. What's up, Phoenix?
Substances. And unless given specific permission, Shiesty was required to remain at his house, but routinely failed to abide by these conditions throughout the course of his home confinement, assisted in skirting these requirements through the help of collusive VOA employees. Investigators have now learned that Shiesty was involved in an inappropriate relationship with at least one of his VOA case supervisors, and that his
He fucking his guards, man. He fucking the probation officer, man. Come on, you wildin', dude. I mean, at least if you're doing that, at least you know, make it worth your while. But come on, man, you tripping. Let's read.
VOA employee was actively involved in entering fake day passes that would allow him to travel to unapproved locations while he was supposed to be confined to his house. This misconduct extended to the day of the kidnapping itself. On that day, the employee entered 3 day passes, allowing Shiesty to travel, and contacted him
This nigga right here, man. Hey, this nigga right, he just. This might be the first rapper that he literally did everything he said he gonna do in the songs, like everything. Like it's supposed to be entertainment. Like it's literally supposed to be. Rap music is entertainment. It's supposed to be something. All right, me, regular Joe, no criminal background, anything. I want to go work out. Let me listen to some. Get it back in blood. Get me pumped up. Go work out. That's what it's supposed to be. I'm not supposed to hear your rap sheet literally in. I mean, seriously.
19 times over the course of the day. That person was terminated for that conduct. Wait a minute. You're telling me Pooh Shiesty had Shiesty federal employees that were giving him fake passes so that he could leave his home confinement? So technically he had permission. It was just illegal permission to be out. But does that fall on him, or does that fall on the employee that was doing things for him? But
yeah, I got bells and whistles over here too, juicing. This nigga just guilty for no. He's wilding, man. This dude's just wilding. I hate to say it, man. I don't like doing. This hurts me, man, because like, God damn, I mean, I remember people was like, there ain't no, City, man, City was like, there ain't no video, there ain't it. I'm like, my nigga, she ain't been around guns, man. They got him soaked up already, man. My bad, I'm watching World Cup. Man, that was a good ass goal. I saw someone say, watch it. Oh, that's good. Man, hold up. Good ass goal, man. Hell yeah. I'm sorry. Back to the story. I do watch sports sometimes.
this right here is where things get crazy. This release, printed by Shiesty's dad at Staples hours before the offense, was later recovered from Shiesty's dad's emails.
Hold up. I gotta see this. I gotta hear this again.
Or does that fall on the employee that was doing things for him? But this right here is where things get crazy. This release, printed by Shiesty's dad at Staples hours before the offense, was later recovered from Shiesty's dad's emails. Gucci refused to sign, and that caused Shiesty to instruct Big 30 to bring him his bag. When he did so, he produced an AK-styled pistol described by the victims as a chopper, pointed it at Gucci's.
Seti and them was saying, look, Seti and them was saying there was no footage. And he was talking about everybody was capping on the tape and stuff. Why we got this shit? You see this? We shouldn't be seeing this. Come on, man. Y'all need to quit capping on the internet, man, for real. And maybe said he got some bad information, man, but we shouldn't be seeing this. There ain't no video. How the fuck? He going underneath the jail. What you doing, man? You going underneath the jail, man? Hell nah. And then they were trying to talk bad about Gucci, talking about he shouldn't did that song. Look, honest not true. Gucci ain't in the streets no more. I mean, once look, I said this is Zeus. That's the homie, man. We had a long discussion about this. Once his girl, you give your girl $3 million and she flipped that to damn near $9 million when you get out, You ain't in the streets no more. You got a go-getter. You got a go-getter that love you. You need to chill out and make, you need to chill out and make that shit work. Cause no hood rat, if you give a hood rat $3 million, that money gone. She like I said, she came in, and like I want my coach, I wouldn't be with her because yo got it with her. I'm like, man, she brought that money back. I'm telling you, ladies, if a nigga don't stay with you after if he leave you some money and let's say he had to do something, he got you fucking with that guy in that type of limelight, and he don't stay with you after you flip his money into like what AI data center money or some shit. Yeah, you don't need to be with that dude. You need to keep that cut to yourself too, man. Cause like, hey, he don't deserve it. He gonna fuck it off. Because like, goddamn, dude, like Gucci, yeah, you out the street. So what I mean by that now, him doing that song, I didn't look at that snitching because I'm like, man, look, how you snitching if the Vez already got all this shit? That didn't make sense to me. Vez already got all this shit. Gucci's out the game. He's an entrepreneur now. I mean, he out here hanging out with Robert Kraft and everybody, going to fucking Celtics games and Patriots games and shit, and hang out with Kraft and shit. Arthur was a dude that on Atlanta. He going to Atlanta, Atlanta Falcon game and all kinds of shit. He out the streets. He done did his his trap and stuff. So I don't know, man. This is just dumb. You shouldn't be seeing this at all if they didn't have any footage. Let's read.
Head and repeated his demand until Gucci signed the paper. The co-defendant, DeMarcus Glover, who had entered the recording room as the altercation ensued, blocked the door holding a Draco. Now, this is Gucci. We can see Shiesty, and this is Shiesty's dad right here holding the fucking document. So this is insane. They literally have the video of this going down, which initially we thought they didn't. We thought they didn't have this key piece of evidence.
They were lying. People were lying, trying to make Gucci look crazy out here. I mean, look, man, this is my thing. Studios got cameras, unless they disable all those cameras in there. Because like any studio worth its merit, since the fucking Quad Studio shooting with Pac and them, they keeping cameras in that studio. That equipment is like $10,000-$15,000 a pop. Like that's the basement of that type of equipment. Like those EQs and stuff like that, that's worth some money. And then that computer is not. That's money. Trust me, that's money because they gotta have like special soundboards and all kinds of shit. The instruments, everything in there. It's the mixer, the amplifier. Like I said, the EQ, the digital equipment, all that shit, man. That's worth a lot of money. So yeah, they gonna have some fucking cameras in there. So yeah, it had to be a tape, and a lot of times they're not gonna have. They don't have cameras that you got a physical tape you gotta go take out. They got that shit going straight to the cloud for insurance purposes. So you'll have to go find where that cloud is, where that server is, and everything. That might be offsite. That might be getting transmitted offsite. And good luck finding that shit. That's gonna be evidence. And the feds, all they gotta do is NSA. They're gonna NSA that shit. And they're gonna get that shit. And now you fuck. Like that was just a dumb play, man. Let's read.
And now we're seeing they have it. Now, again, the feds are stating the weight of the evidence against Shiesty is extraordinarily strong. And this is crazy because we all thought the case could be weak. His lawyer came out and said, look, there's no
niggas lie. Look. Here's the thing. With any case from now on, except that the fact that people can be lying about something. The truth is always somewhat in the middle. Like people was talking about Carmelo was getting jumped and this and that. Look at the tape. He wasn't getting jumped. Now, there was an altercation. And come to find out, man, shout out to TTB on this. I didn't know this. I live in state of Texas. Like See, here's the thing. Our government is so large. If you're in America, our government is so large. We have laws that we probably don't even know that exist, and that clarifies positioning, like a person's position when it comes to property rights and everything. Hey, motherfucker just scored. So yeah, with that being said, right, just assume that, all right, one side say this, other side say this. It's something in the middle. Now, I don't know where that middle is at. It could be 60-30, one side or another. We don't know. But there's a couple things going on. It's people that's going to want to gaslight you into believing, all right, what we hearing is bullshit. You're going to have those cats. Then you're going to have some people that's saying what we hearing is not enough shit. There's always going to be somebody saying something when it comes to cases like this, or, you know, high profile situations. So you always got to kind of have that word, you know, use that word called discernment, trying to figure out things. Like, I could have told anybody, like, ain't no fucking way they don't have any footage of them coming in there with that strap and doing what they doing. There's no way they don't have anything. Because, like, it just knowing you got cameras everywhere in fucking any type of IT situation, right? Where they got a large percentage, expensive equipment in the place. Just assume you got cameras in. Hold up. Got hiccup. Just assume that you got cameras somewhere in there. Because they gotta have cameras to get the insurance down. So yeah, I'm rambling a little bit. Let's read.
No video, there's no guns that have been recovered, there's no jewelry that's been recovered. Like, we don't have any of this. They haven't tied my client to it. But the feds are like, nah, we got you. The brunt of Shiesty's argument in favor of his pretrial release is premised on his perception that the weight of the evidence in this case does not support detention. The fact includes the cooperation of all 5 victims and witnesses.
That means Gucci wasn't out there snitching. If everybody is cooperating, Gucci don't even have to say nothing. But if they got 4 people corroborating the story, Gucci pretty much like, hey, it is what it is. He don't even have to say nothing at that point. The burden of proof has already been presented. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like, and people like, well, he talking to police. I'm like, man, he ain't no street dude anymore. People gotta understand that, like, this situation just happened on Power, right? It just happened on Power, right? About Unique leaving the game. Like, when people leave the game, people leave the game. You know what I'm saying? There's no, unless you join a gang, like you join a gang, it's tatted on you and everything, the whole 9. And I'm talking about like legit LA or Hispanic gangs or similar like that. Them gangs that they follow you around. You're gonna be followed around everywhere. You never gonna leave that stuff. Okay, that's one thing. Gucci was never on that type of time. Like, it's even chef lights for like, you get OG status in that type of situation, gang situation, right? I don't go deep in that because I don't really know all of it. But like, there is he making money. He bringing something, and then he did get this dude. Like, he did sign him. So, like, saying that he snitched and everything, it's kind of flimsy to me, just because I know. Well, I ain't gonna say I know. More likely, he's not active like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? And what's going to be really crazy when this trial happens, the Keefy D trial, I'm going to have to do another live to talk about the depth of, files they put off on the Keefy D trial. That's like 4,000 pages. Of saying, like, he was involved in some sting operations and all kinds of shit. So we'll have to talk about that on another day. That's a whole. But that trial happened. That's probably gonna be the biggest trial in the 2020s. Be real with you. Let's read.
Phone location data and surveillance video placing the co-conspirators at the scene, and the video that Big 30 filed of RD, Roderick Davis, aka the Gooch, in the recording room being forced to declare that Pooh Shiesty was dropped from the label and released from the contract. The judge called this evidence strong, and on April 8th, on a record that did not yet include the release paperwork of the video, both have now been recovered. So I don't know if Shiesty planned this.
They got that. They got the video and the audio, Juicy, Phoenix. Anybody else listening? They got the video and the audio of this whole situation. Y'all want me to drop the link? Yeah, I want to talk about this because this is, I mean, this is crazy. Hold up. Right here. I'll drop the link if y'all want to come up, man, because I could keep on going through this thing. I'm already 45 minutes in. Shit.
This prior, we don't know this, but Big 30 thought he was doing his big one by recording Gucci saying, hey, I'm releasing him from the contract. And this video apparently not only shows somebody with a gun and shows a little bit more than they wanted it to show, this video was recovered. Even though Big 30 apparently smashed or attempted to get rid of the phone, they were able to get it.
Metadata. That's the word of the day. Metadata. Well, matter of fact, that's 2 words. Metadata, man, like they could get any. If you because here's the thing, which I don't know. Whenever you do, you have something in your photos, it goes to something. If you got cloud, you got iPhone, it goes to the iCloud. Meaning, if they get a warrant, they could go in there and get your iCloud messages. In some cases, it's a way that they could do that. So any video you do on your phone, which is Big 30 probably did, it's going to the cloud no matter what. And good luck on that. Juicy, I got you. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. This story crazy.
Ain't it wild?
Yeah.
Ain't it wild? That's crazy. I listening to when I first heard it and like listening to the details now, I'm just like, this young man literally threw his whole life away.
Mm-hmm.
His whole future. He had an opportunity. I mean, he was so big even before he went in, and then he came out and he still had his fan base. He still had the people standing behind him. They was, ready to support him. And then he turned around and did this. It don't make no sense.
Some people are afraid of success, man.
You think that's what it is?
I mean, because here's the thing, like, if you was on, see, if you was on the type of time where he could receive that blessing, he could do right, he would have, like, of course, like, you not making money off, like, when he made Get It Back in Blood in that album, you're not gonna make as much money from that album because you got locked up during that time. This is common sense here. If you get locked up, you're not gonna get as much. You're not gonna get money from that because you can't do shows. You can't sell merchandise really. Negotiate that part. You can't do like the appearances thing, like going to some of these shows, going to podcasts where they pay you and stuff. You kind of limit yourself. But the thing is that we gotta remember that album came out on the height of 2020 when the pandemic. So like that, I'm telling you right now, like when that song came out as a single. I think that song came out as a single like that maybe April or May of 2020. I remember vividly because we were sneaking to go to the gym because the gym, they were doing the whole easy spread type shit, all that stuff. So we couldn't go to the gym couldn't legally be open, which is funny because like the gym I go to, like the cops and judges, they were sneaking in going with me. So we weren't legally supposed to be there.
The cops too?
Yes. Yes. I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying. Hey, you want to laugh? Because look, I'm not no cop or anything like that. But where I work out at, a lot of cops work out there, and like I hear them talking. I just peep game. I don't really necessarily engage a lot because I'm a civilian. Things can switch. They probably saying some things they don't think I need to be hearing. So I just peep game, right? So when remember the police shooting down here in Southside Fort Worth. I'm in Fort Worth, by the way. Alternate Sterling. It was pretty much that the chick, she had her front door open, like how in New Orleans and stuff they leave their front door open because it's so hot and stuff.
Yes, yeah,
She
I've
was
heard of that.
she was doing something similar to that, and somebody called and did like a welfare check. So she was in there playing the game. She was in the back room playing the game with her nephew or something like that, right? And of course the cops came, and one of the dudes, he went in the back, and she thought somebody was breaking in the house. He ended up popping her, thinking that.
I remember that story. I remember hearing about that.
So the cops
Yeah.
that I work at was, I never heard cops talk like this. None of them liked him. They knew he was gonna fuck up. Like if you
Oh wow.
notice,
So they was talking. They were talking amongst themselves about
no.
about the.
They was talking to everybody about that. Like, we knew that fucker was gonna do some bullshit.
Oh
He's
wow.
They were talking bad about him. So that's why I'm like, man, like when we talking about cops, so like, man, they human too. They on some, hey, just don't be too quick to judge and be like, oh, they on this fuck shit, they doing this. Some of them more. I'm not gonna sit up there and say they ain't. But a lot
Yeah.
they listen to more rap than we do. Cause you gotta think about you're not that far away from being a gangster yourself if you're a cop. Because like they got certain type of codes, they got certain type of things they got belief systems, they got no snitching clause within themselves too. So all that shit, a lot of cops probably was almost a gang member at one point in time. You know what I mean?
I've heard that it's a community within a community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no different. It's really no different than the gang. That's the first time when people say that, I say, I see what you're saying, because like how they kept it solid. They were cool people. But I know, like, okay, if I have to deal with the cops, I gotta be on protocol, because it's gonna be me or them. That's how they looking at it. And that's with everybody. Especially during 2020, the post 2020.
I have a love-hate relationship with the police. I really, I try to avoid them at all costs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've just seen too much in how they handle us and how they deal with us. So I'm always real respectful and polite, but I really try to stay away from them at all costs. Even I tell my family, look, any type of disputes, you know what I'm saying? Like the police need to be the very, 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 very last resort. You know what I'm saying? We don't need them. We'll need all them problems. But I will say this. I remember when I learned how much money they make. They don't make a whole lot of money to do the job that they do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of some parts is dangerous.
The money making rank, because it's kind of like, it's like a military structure. Because like a lot of cops really start in big cities. They start around what, 50, 60,000. I mean, that's
okay. Maybe it's changed. Increased over the years.
It really depends on, like I said, it really depends on what's the city. Because like I'm in Fort Worth is, that we the 10th. I can't believe I'm saying this. I think we're like the 9th biggest city in America now, which is crazy. It's just crazy hearing that. But like the county does spend, because like they do keep the peace in a lot of times. But if you ever talk to them, who they don't like dealing with the most is the meth heads. They can't stand dealing with the meth heads, because you almost have to pop them, because once they're on that stuff, there's no understanding. They're not gonna comply. They're gonna, they'll bite you. They do all kinds of crazy stuff.
And don't they have like superhuman strength when they on that stuff?
in some
Is
cases,
is that meth or is it, I forgot what
meth is
drug
one
it
of
is
them.
that. Oh, okay, yeah. When they take it, yeah. I don't know.
Meth,
You know,
PCP is like that.
okay, PCP. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I mean, I like to think of them as people, and I try to like see things from their perspective. You know, every day they put on a uniform and they go out there and they risk their lives. You know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
for the community. So, you know, I definitely can appreciate them for being, you know, here and doing their job. But you know, I mean, it's hard to, like, literally just the other night I was up, I couldn't sleep, and I wanted to do a little late night Starbucks run. We have a 24-hour Starbucks down the street from my house.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's
you
cool though.
know, yeah.
Yeah,
So
ooh,
I'm,
I'm not. That, man, I can imagine having 24 hours. So, man, that could be a little. Okay, see, all right, go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
yeah, they have 24-hour Starbucks.
That's
So,
dope.
yeah, so, you know, I'm up. It's probably like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm driving to the Starbucks and I'm noticing it's a police officer behind me, you know. I'm like, oh, it's cool. I'm good. I know everything good. I got all my stuff, you know. I know it's late and I know I'm black, but you know, I'm cool. I know where I'm going. I'm not speeding, right?
Yeah.
But he's still behind me, you know. So I know he checking my plates, probably whatever. So I'm just chilling. I'm cooling. But you know, just I'm naturally a little, you know, a little nervous. So I'm thinking, okay, where's my stuff at? You know, so I don't have to be reaching nowhere, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let me make
Yep.
sure I got, you know, right? Just taking the precautions. So I'm driving down the road and there was like a pothole in the street. And I went over it and it caused my truck to kind of swerve a little bit, you know? And so
Oh shit.
mhm. So next thing I know, he hit the lights on me and he pulling me over. No reason. But just
Yeah.
so, you know, so I'm like, Lord have mercy, Jesus. You know, I'm praying. I turn, you know, following protocol, got my hands on the steering wheel. Comes up to me and he's like, so where you headed? What you up to? I'm like, oh, you know, I just was gonna get some coffee or whatever. He was like, coffee this time of night? I said, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a 24-hour Starbucks right down the street. So when I said Starbucks, he kind of laughed like, like, really, lady, you know what I'm saying? And I just, you know, and I kind of shrugged. I'm like, I know, you know. And so he said, well, I pulled you over because I saw you swerving back there. I said, no, sir, I wasn't swerving. There was a pothole or something in the middle of the street. I said, if you go back, you can see it. That's what happened. I was driving along and I hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, oh, you know, okay, well, just sit tight. So I just, you know, I was cool. Like I said, I know all my stuff is intact.
One question.
Yeah,
Did you? I mean, that's not even a question. This is a statement.
yeah.
Invest in a dash cam if you haven't already. I got one on my
Mm-hmm.
wife's. I got one on my Mustang, my wife's Jeep. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, it just anybody black. So you don't have to get in arguments with the police. You want to keep everything short. Like
Mm-hmm.
you comply to the best of your ability, roll the windows down the whole nine. Give them no reason to escalate their threat assessment because that's what they doing. I know it sound
Yes.
like it sounds why we gotta do that? What it ain't about why, it's about just doing it for you want to get home. Everybody want to get home.
Exactly.
Turn the video. But see, the beauty is if you turn, like I got push start. When I turn my car off, both cars I push on, I turn my car off, right? They and the keys in the thing, they know I'm not a threat. You see what I'm saying? They know I'm not a threat. And then my dash cam stays on. So just know that because I got a webcam right here. Know that you performing for that dash cam. Everything you doing, you performing for that dash cam. So that's gonna be your defense just in case some nonsense happen. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
and they got dash cams that connect strictly to your phone. So into your cloud, like what's going on with Pooh Shiesty, the cloud fuck you up. That's what just
Mm-hmm.
fucked them up.
Yeah.
It could go straight to your cloud. Because here's the thing, man, it's not about why we gotta do this is about you know, doing it for future sake. You see what I'm saying? And it's about being grown. And this is technology that we have that can help us get home to our family.
Yeah, it's you know, it's about living in the reality that we in.
Yeah.
That's the reality that we in. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I was cool, calm and collected, and you know, he went back, did his little check, and then he let me go. But it was just crazy, you know, because I was like, if I would have, I don't know what he was looking for. I don't know what you know what I'm saying? And it was weird. It was just really a weird experience, but it you know, it kind of like, I was like, man, still, you know, 2026,
You
and
never
ain't nothing
know.
changed. Yeah.
And the thing is that cop, you got creepy cops too, man. That cop probably saw a young woman at late night. He might be on some type of time to go, you know,
You know, I was
holler stuff.
alone. Yeah, you never know. You know, no. But get this, he had called back up on me.
Wow.
They have been watching me. When I looked down the street, it was like two other police cars over that way, and it was like another was like four cop cars for one lady driving that night. I think it was just because I was black and
Yeah.
I was late at night and I was driving in a good neighborhood, and they, you know, and I
And
so
they're probably looking for somebody else, and you just, it's one
oh
of them things
no,
where,
they like it was probably like, what you doing out here, you know, it felt more like that, like a, you don't belong around here, like what you doing over here,
yeah.
you know. And he was like, you live around here? And I was like, yeah, I live down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that just is what it is. But you know, you're right. The cloud, that cloud will
Dash
get you.
cam,
Mm-hmm.
dash. Because here's the thing, if you have a dash cam and you cooperate, even though they say it might be saying some fuck shit, but you cooperating, then you go do your complaint. If it gets too outrageous, you have evidence. You like, it's all about evidence and framing the evidence. You know the game.
Yes, sir.
So
Yep.
it's because like the movies, like you remember the movie came out in 2020. What's it, Queen and Slim? That movie.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
That, to me, and see, here's another thing. Like, I don't know if you ever did it.
that
Like,
was a good movie. Mm.
it pissed me off because I went through the gun class, so I'm looking at what dude fucked up at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Because number one, and after I watched that movie, I was like, all right, I don't give a damn if my mom in the car with me. I'm the only motherfucker talking to the cops.
For real, for
You
real.
feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't want no misunderstanding. I'm talking to the cop. I know my rights. That's what look. I got this dash cam. You know, even though that was before I had the dash cam, but my old lady got me she got me one for Christmas. Ironic. I'm like, oh, okay. So I got her one for Christmas. It just, you know, that's what we do. Anyway, that's another story. But like, yeah, man, like I'm at that point, I was like, nah, I'm talking to cops. Yeah, I better not hear. Nah, you better not say a motherfucker. I told it was one time we were going. My wife, family from East Texas, just like my family from East Texas, right? From opposite ends, right? So we got stopped in Cooper, Texas. You ever heard of Cooper, Texas?
Yeah, I think I've heard of it. I think so.
It's basically where the cotton gin was made at. Believe it or not.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we got stuck. I never forget this. I was in my old Mustang, my 2018. I had just got that car, right? So they were doing construction down the road, right? And they kept it was like 65. The speed limit kept changing, like 65 to 75 to 65 to 75. So I just like, well, let me just stay at 70 to be safe. I don't know what's going on over here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going 70, and then the thing switched to 65 again. I stayed 70. Then the sheriff pulled me over, right? And you remember Varsity Blues, like Billy Bob on Varsity Blues, the real big dude.
Yeah, the football movie. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what
I
the
remember
sheriff
that.
looked like. That's what the sheriff looked like.
Oh Lord,
So
mercy.
this funny story. He's over there wobbling, you know, looking at his car and everything. And he came to my window and he, you know, came to my window as you know, I did everything was already out and everything, right?
Yeah.
And my wife, she was, I guess she was a little cold. I'm like, take your hand. I'm like, look, take your motherfucking hands off that in that them blanket and let him see it.
That's
I'm
right.
not playing with you.
That's right. Yes.
She was like, I know. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
let's do it. I'm not arguing with you.
Mm-hmm.
So the beauty of it, he was a cool cop. I would tell him the situation like, oh yeah, they keep switching and everything. You know, I just really stopped you. I want to. I got me a new bed. I want to know how this run. We talk. Yeah. So sometimes it be that way, man.
Sometimes that's true.
Like this big ass. I'm laughing at this big ass motherfucker got a. That was a C7 at the time. This was before the C8s came out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this big ass motherfucker got a fucking Corvette. I'm thinking
like how he fit in that.
Yeah. But ended up being a good situation. He was cool. I didn't get no ticket or anything because he was like, yeah, there's some fuck shit going on. But I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah. No, sometimes they be cool. I've had some good experiences. I had one pull me over. You know, he was like, I'm just checking on you. I forgot what was going on, but I was like, oh, okay. Thank you. That was nice. I appreciate that. Yeah. You know, so they, you know, definitely. But I agree with you. They are real people too, you know. And I think sometimes it's just important, at least for me, I always try to show them the humanity in me. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good case, yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes, and again, it's not about, you know, I'm trying to throw a race card, but sometimes you can feel how, you know, they don't really like understand us. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, you know, sometimes you can feel the defensiveness of them when they walk up to you.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's for me, it's always important to, you know, I see the humility in you. I want you to see the humility, you know, in me.
And what hurts them a little bit is the fact that if they wearing the sunglasses, we can't really read them. So if you can't really read them, like that's by design because they look, they trying to get something.
Exactly.
The sunglasses and everything, they're trying to get something. No matter how cool they are and everything. That's why you always gotta de-escalate. You always gotta. I mean, that's just the grown part of it. But like I said, some people don't want to de-escalate. They don't understand why that's necessary. And
I will never understand them folks to be. Why do I have to give you my? Wait a minute. Who are you talking? You know what I'm saying? And there's some people that have the luxury of doing that, but we not one of them. And that's again just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? When I see our folks,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, talking mess to the cops, I'm like, really? You know what I'm saying? Like,
look, man, this is my mentality. I know exactly what you're saying. This is my mentality. Have a lawyer on standby and have them do the talking for you. It's that simple. Not like you know what a lawyer told me, and this was he said, look, the easiest way to stay out of trouble from the cops from like a traffic stop. First of all, know your rights, and then don't be against sir bumming them. You know what sir bumming mean? You know that you yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. Just hit that up on them. So that you know at that point they can't say you resisting when you are respecting the authority. They can't say you resisting unless physically they can show a physical you resisting them type of shit. But like if you nodding everything and you know you rocking, you're not rocking, you doing everything within the law. Oh shit, she dropped down. What the fuck going on? Yeah, she probably just dropped down.
This is my dad, 1976, 6.1 tall, over 220 pounds on day one of
Among other evidence, the government's case includes not one, but 5 cooperating victims and witnesses.
I dropped the line.
Shiesty's motion erroneously asserts that the sum total of the government's case rests solely on a single victim, Gucci, who he further claims has now publicly recanted. Preliminary, it is telling that Shiesty provides no exhibits, evidence, context, or citations to support the repeated assertion in his filing that any victims of this offense has publicly recanted, aside from his conclusory assertions of the same. Again, this is all like legal bullshit. We know Gucci didn't recant. Gucci dropped a diss song, explaining the whole fucking thing. So how the fuck is anyone thinking that Gucci recanted his statement when he dropped a diss song, literally dissing Shiesty in Big 30, calling him a big flunky? In fact, the paperwork states the government is presently unaware of any statements made by any of the victims that in any...
Yeah, apparently they are, man. But he did FOI, Freedom of Information Act. Well, the feds just dropped a whole bunch of stuff on this case, saying why they not letting him letting Pooh Shiesty get out on bail. So this drop, I saw this. I was like, I gotta go over this. Let's read.
Anyway, challenge the consistent narrative provided to law enforcement. And in April of 2026, after each co-conspirator had been apprehended, investigators conducted follow-up interviews with all 5 cooperating witnesses and victims. Each remained consistent with their prior accounts and reaffirmed their cooperation with the prosecution. So they're not only saying, look, we don't have any statements of...
Wait, hey, because you weren't here earlier, but like they were showing, they remember they were trying to say that there wasn't any video evidence, but they dumb ass feds brought the video evidence, and they showing fucking Big 30 with Draco on them. I'm like, God damn, boy. And in fact, I show it right here. Hold up. Look at that fool ass boy with the Draco on him.
New this morning, the federal government says,
fool ass boy. he got the Draco on him. You know you're supposed to have no Draco around you, boy. You crazy here.
Of any of them saying this didn't happen, they're saying, look, we doubled back and re-interviewed the victims, and all of them are saying y'all did it. Gucci man doubled back and told twice. He didn't just tell initially, he told again. Now, apparently, they also got some cell phone text messages. In this case,
these niggas right here, oh.
Shiesty used the cell phone to send text to Gucci coordinating the meeting. He encouraged Big 30 to capture Gucci's verbal release of contract using Big 30's cell phone, and he sent a call to arms to a group chat containing Chopper Gang members using an encrypted cell phone message application, Signal. So I just said previously, we don't know if Shiesty told 30 to do it. Apparently he did. He said, hey, you finna record this shit. And now that's one of the biggest pieces of evidence against him. I mean, this is getting bad. We're starting to see how much evidence they have. And you got to understand, this is like watching a sports game play out, right? Or a UFC fight, right? Whoever you got winning, like, oh, I want him to win. And now you're starting to see the other team score or the other fighter whoop him. And you're like, damn, his chances of winning seem to be getting smaller and smaller and smaller because more and more and more shit are starting to come to light.
Yeah.
But here, the feds are painting Shiesty as a violent felon, unwilling and unable to follow court-imposed.
Look, man, he messed around with his probation officers and all that stuff, man. Yeah, I mean, all that stuff add up.
Rules. On the date of the kidnapping and robbery, Shiesty was still serving his 63-month sentence. The conduct behind this prosecution and subsequent conviction was prolonged and severe and included Shiesty shooting individuals on 2 separate occasions. Shiesty and his Chopper Gang affiliates have been on law enforcement's radar since at least 2018. In December of 2019, Memphis police officers executed a search warrant at Shiesty's residence and found him sitting on a Glock 22 pistol, along with a 50-round drum magazine loaded with approximately 24 rounds, marijuana, and a bunch of money. In July of 2020, Shiesty reportedly threw fireworks at a gas station and drove away and returned in the same vehicle.
This thing is like a backpack kid, man. What you doing, man? You try to blow up the gas station? They could throw that as like a terrorist event. What the hell? 2020, he threw some fireworks at a gas station. Hey, CP3, get your boy, man. He tripping up there, man. Get your boy, he tripping. Hold on.
Vehicle, at which point an occupant of the vehicle shot at the gas station. So these dudes are just trying to blow shit up on some Grand Theft Auto shit. Why would you be throwing fireworks at a gas station?
It's cool, Juicy.
And then
I figured that happened.
On October 9th of 2020, Shiesty drove a lime green McLaren with a fellow Chopper Gang leader to commit an armed robbery. This was the case that he went to prison for.
This nigga robbing people in a McLaren. Nigga, you ain't getting away. They gon' see you. This nigga tripping. Hey, dead ass. I'm telling you that I'm not an advocate of any type of crime. But if you're gonna do a crime, don't do it in a fucking supercar. Everybody gonna know that's your car. They don't make too. Look, a McLaren, they probably make what? This nigga tripping, CP3? A fucking McLaren? Dude. Keep him locked up. I'm sorry. Keep him locked up. He a menace to society. You don't do no fucking robbery in a... Shut your stupid... This is dumb. And fuck, I didn't even know this. Look. I knew he got hit up on some weapon charge things. I got that. But dude got caught up. He did a robbery, a shoe robbery in a fucking McLaren in Memphis. Like, okay, all right, I'll give you this. Let's say this robbery happened in Miami, which is still stupid in McLaren. It's still stupid. But McLaren's, if you're gonna be a place where McLaren's might be, it might be more McLaren's. I gotta find it. I gotta find that now. If you're gonna, Miami will be one. Miami, maybe the Atlanta area. You're not getting away in Atlanta because how the traffic is. But Miami would have made the most sense just because there's a large percentage of people with exotic cars there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's not too many places. And what definitely you don't go to is fucking Memphis. Memphis, man, look, think about it in Memphis, right? Who has exotic cars? Maybe you and Young Dolph and maybe what? Key Glock or somebody like that. I don't even know Key. I didn't know that, man. Hold on. I did not know that. Let me find this footage. Let me look this up. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to turn the music off. Hold up.
Famous.
Yeah, Gotti, Juicy J, Key Glock, Project Pat, maybe DJ Paul. I think DJ Paul. This nigga done. And like Project Pat, like I don't even think Project Pat is even in Memphis like that anymore. He doing the ministry stuff. Then that's the Maybach over there. What the fuck going on with these dudes? I can't watch that, man. That's gonna piss me off. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Boy, cool ass boy. Yeah. Let's read.
Shiesty ultimately shot one victim with his Draco. His fellow gang leader shot a second, and the entire incident was caught on video. If this pattern of violence was not enough, in May of 2021, while out on state bond, Shiesty shot a security guard at a club as he and his entourage were being removed from the venue. Prior to this assault, Shiesty had performed at this very club and had traveled to this performance.
God damn, boy.
Now, Shiesty's street resume looks amazing if he's talking to the homies, but on federal papers, the shit looks fucking terrible. Now, the feds would quadruple down, saying no condition of release can protect the community or the witnesses against Shiesty from the danger he poses. The danger here is concrete. Shiesty himself has shot at least 2 people across 2 separate incidents. He leads a Memphis street gang of roughly 100 members, a gang that, as a Memphis gang detective has already testified, commits homicides, robberies, carjackings, and firearm and drug offenses. And when a business dispute did not go his way, he resolved it by luring the other side to Texas and putting a gun to a man's head. This is an individual who uses deception and violence to get his way. And that is why Shiesty is one of the top rappers of 2026, because that's what the fans like. They like to hear you're with the shit and you'll put a Draco to Gucci's head.
And again, who pushed that's what we want? Like, it used to be just with lyricism. It used to be just with telling a good story. It used to be just the good music, good vibes and everything. And then if there's some edge to it, we're like, oh, that's cool. That's whatever. But it was never really thought about like, all right, we need him to be real. I'm going to say this, man. This has just been my theory. I think a lot of these cats that were saying, well, you got to be about your rap, you got to do this. I think a lot of them was fed saying this. I think it was a psyop because, like I said, there's a story. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. I did a community post on it, what Tim Pooh was saying. But Billy Corgan, that's the lead. If y'all know who he is, that's the lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins. Hold up. Not doing that. All right. And reason this is a good segue for it, because like if y'all know, Billy Corgan was the lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins. You know, he wanted Sing Tonight and all that stuff. Smashing Pumpkins was one of the best bands in the 90s. So the conspiracy he was talking about is how the big wigs took down rock. They just start pushing rap after Tupac and Biggie passed away. They start pushing rap as hard and making more commercially available or whatever. So to me, I think he got it halfway right. I think by theory, he has a point about rock, because rock was that was that was like American expression to like the counterculture to push against authoritarianism and to be like it was pretty much Americana incarnate, you know what I mean? And Chuck Berry, all them, you know, we did that. Let's keep it a buck. Yeah, you're right, CP3. So my theory is I think he got halfway right because he only looking at it in a rock standpoint. Because from a rock fan standpoint, they don't put us with them on that part because they look at they had a vivid decline, and we had rise. But the thing is, the rise out of our the hip hop were mostly like would be your traditional hip hop artists at that time, like Eminem. Eminem would have made it in any generation because he's a cold ass lyricist, but he was pushed during that time because he was a new face in hip hop, and then that could be a way they could turn away from the you know what I'm saying, the Pac and Biggie situation. So that was a play on that, but then like how Diddy kind of went off on a commercialism, especially then you know you gotta get your cash money and stuff. It quit being mostly about like talking about what's going on in the neighborhood and everything. Oh yeah. So what I'm saying, I don't think it's just rock. I think it was conscious hip hop too, because you gotta think about it. Hip hop prior to 1996, it was pretty conscious. Even the gangster rap was conscious. Like you go listen to Ghetto Boys, they'll pluck a story out of the newspaper and then fill it in with like a storyline or whatever. They'll fill it in of a minor lunatic and Sugar Happened, Ghetto Boy, all those things that they'll take something out of the newspaper and then make it into their own, make a whole story out of it and make it just jam. You had a lot of that in the gangster rap situation. Then it was a part of them where they seen it every day, like your Compton Most Wanted and the NWA. So they seeing all this stuff every day. So they're just putting this stuff on wax that they see and hear, you know, the lingo, the certain type of lingo and everything. So my point is like, even if they were exploring the situation, they was trying to put a message in, especially Ice Cube. Ice Cube was a master of putting a message into a song that could be inflammatory. But it, like, nigga, you love to hate, you go listen to that, like that's pretty much a libertarian thought process in a rap song. Like one thing, like he's saying, yeah, you too black. Seeing you overseas, you be begging to come back. Then another line he said, what's the other line he said? So what you want, ban the AK? My shit wasn't registered any fucking way. So it's right there, he defeated pro-black, and then he defeated Ice Cube defeated the anti-gun argument. So that was the power of hip hop. So they can't have too much of that going on. Like Pac did something similar where he'll put himself in as a character or somebody that's being abused or somebody that's just joined a gang. I mean, he'll go in character mode. I mean, similar to what Kendrick does. He'll go in character mode, and you just have to read between the lines what he's trying to do. He's trying to express himself as this person that he know that went through this, or this person he read anything that went through this. So it was more of like, he illustrating how that person's thinking and how he or she feel. So getting rid of that type of rap, man, the rap that make you think about things, you know what I'm saying, and replace it with more commercialized, simpler lyrics. So it's not all these intricate lyrics, even though we still had lyricists that could be intricate. You're gonna just highlight the ones that got the simpler rhymes and stuff, you know. So back to this. Was rock music delivery pushed out of the mainstream? A long time ago, hold up. you probably can't see this. Let me I put it up a little bit right there. Long time ago, Billy Corgan and his group, the Smashing Pumpkins, released on a recent album called Machina / Machina Gods. It was ambitious in the same way that the music Southland Tales was ambitious, attempting to thread 20 different needles at once. It was meant to serve as Corgan's return to alternative rock after the milder, more electronic detour of the Pumpkins Adore album. I hate that album, by the way. I actually listen to Smashing Pumpkins. I could play some of the music on the bass in my closet. But it was also supposed to be a sprawling concept album with name, characters, and narrative arc. Oh, that's kind of dope. At one point in the anime series was commissioned, an effort which produced an unfinished demo reel. You can still find it online. Eventually, Corgan revealed in an interview with the Los Angeles alternative rock station K-Rock that Machina was also the group's swan song, and that they will surely disband after tired of fighting the good fight against the Britney Spears of the world. I remember him saying that about that. During this period, the official Smashing Pumpkins website became a hotbed of activity related to the Machina album and the comedy storyline. It was through this website, for example, that Corgan eventually released Machina 2, the friends and the enemies of modern music, a companion album. Well, what's wrong? What's wrong, Jesus? It's a lot. Hold on, let me get to his actually thing. I wish somebody was up here. This is actually the whole interview, isn't it? All right. So it's easy to control a group that when the talent, not to say that a lot of pop stars don't have talent. A lot of them more, showcases that have been doing okay, yeah. But they're not writing the material. It's different from them. In a lot of ways, being a full-fledged artist, this is a very rock take. But it's easy from the standpoint of the labels to show people. Okay, so basically what he's saying is in this situation, you were talking about why rock was getting pushed out for pop, and he basically explaining Flynn is basically explaining it's easier to have a pop star than a whole rock band because yeah, Britney Spears, yeah, he was dead on right about that. But again, even with a hip hop, see that's one of the things where people don't like Drake in it, because like Drake is pretty much a pop star. That's basically what the real lyricists, real hip hop fans, they'll look at him as a pop star, and he does stuff other people do for him, and it's hard for people who are Drake fans to hear that, man, because like it's harder for them to accept that that's the reality. That's how the real fans gonna look at him. And he's basically a pop star, Corgan. So your argument is partially an economic driver, Flynn. Yeah, but what do you think? A spiritual component, Corgan. I think, and I will say it overtly, I think that rock has been purposely dialed down in the culture, which is I agree with that. Flynn, when will you say that began? Mid 2000s, Corgan, late 90s, which I could vouch for that, because like I made this compare. I talked to one of my friends that we were like, I got him on hip hop, he got me on rock, so we kind of got that understanding. So there's a line demarcation when it comes to like the new metal scene, which is still going. It still went on, but it went on a more underground level, except for like your Deftones and except for like Korn had a good run and everything, and like you got kind of got the metalcore scene, the hardcore scene, the punk, some of the punk rock, the what they call it, pop punk. That's like your Blink 182s, your I'm trying to think of somebody off top, but Blink 182 would be the biggest one. Then you got your emo stuff. So yeah, there was like a big there was a big push on like your bands like Jed and like Interpol. Interpol's a good band. Jed is good, Jed's a good band. The not the Knox, shit, I'm going blank. It was a lot like it was almost like traditional rock bands. That the Killers would be a one similar to that. Like they went more traditional. Well, like the Killers' whole stick is to be like the Showtime rock band of the for Vegas because they are based out of Vegas, so they played up on that. So there's something to that because that all happened like in the 2000s. There was like a big line demarcation with rock at that time. Late 90s, I think the first, and this gets quote wizard behind the curtain right. Somebody's going to say, well, how do you know who was the wizard behind the quote curtain? All I know is I saw the gravity shift, okay? If you were at MTV or around MTV 1997, 1998, suddenly they decided rock was out. And see, during that time too, right? 97, 98, that's a crazy time period because there was a lot of good rock out there. I mean, you had 97, 98. That Deftones is definitely out there. Korn, I think Korn first album was 98. Stone Temple Pilots was still hot. Soundgarden was still hot. Then you had like Silverchair. You had bands like Silverchair. Sublime was still hot. You had a lot of those. So it's crazy. That time frame, like there was a lot of rock and rap just going. So rap was kind of reeling a little bit because of the Pac and Biggie murders, but like then that's right around DMX's time. DMX probably was the catalyst that brought a lot of this stuff out. Then of course the South, we started doing our thing with from 3-6 and Jermaine Dupri and all them. Yeah, that was random. Yeah, this is crazy. And then I think 99, that's when M came in, but 98, 97, 98, that's a crazy ongoing effort thinking about it. Let's read. Right. Corgan, when rock was still very, very high up in the game and it was replaced by rap. See, he blamed it directly rap, but like the thing is he's not he's not looking at the whole no, yeah, but yeah, he came, but I think he really became the big right after Pac and Biggie died. Like him and Jay, because Jay, that's Reasonable Doubt time and Jay. With Nas, that's right. That's well, probably Godson time. Because that was after Illmatic came out in 94, 93 or 94, 94 definitely. So 2 years out of that was probably, hold on, that ain't Godson. Let me look at let's see. It was written. That was it. It was written. Godson was a little later. Godson was a good album too. But yeah, it was written was the second album. So yeah, I think he's not because hip hop. I mean, you got to think about 97, 98. You had a lot of times where some of the biggest groups that we know today was getting formed. Like that was basically that's No Limit Time, because after in the South that was definitely No Limit Time. Pastor Troy, that's the infancy of Cash Money. Because I think Juvenile came out in 98, like the late 98. That's when Hawk came out. And then I think 400 Degrees came out later on that year. In BG came out in 98. So yeah, no, BG probably came out 98 or 99. Chopper City and Ghetto. That's a good question. I think in 98. '99, like early '99. So that all that stuff, and I know 400 Degrees came out right around the same time, like late '98, '99. It was like True and Ghetto D, and then like of course Three Six Mafia, all that stuff was coming out right then. And of course I ain't gonna like A Volume JG and you know, and Screw was getting big. That's good old days. But yeah, I don't think he necessarily understands what was actually getting eliminated in rap. Because what was getting eliminated in rap was a lot of your conscious rap went to the wayside in the mid '90s. Because then the only one that was actually super conscious, like of course, Common came out during that time. Gangstar was still rolling hard, you know, Nice and Smooth and all them. They were still rolling hard. Wu-Tang was like right. They were just getting to they boiling point around 98, 97, 98. So media changed the way their standards and practices and media shifted. So now things were certainly allowed. People were waving guns. Okay. So some people asserted the CIA was involved in all that. Again, above my pay grade. Good way of saying it. But I saw it happen. I did witness it happen. Okay, right. Corgan. Of course, great music came out of it. So it's not like it was a barren wasteland where something was pushed and replaced something. Qualitative things and great albums came in, but there was an overt shift. I saw it happen, and then now, as you point out, rap seems to be whining in terms of its culture and influence. It's crazy how that happened. I wonder what they're trying to replace it with now, because like rock never really left the scene. It morphed and it went back to underground. Cause like my theory about because the Pooh Shiesties and all this stuff and the Diddy situation, I predicted that hip hop was gonna go more of an underground, you know, going back to underground, go back to your grand and them house, and it's gonna be the art form again. Because like right now, like I think what's gonna take over hip hop, which I already did, is probably like more your Afrobeat stuff going on. R&B is coming back because of the women. Then you have like of course your Leon Thomases and Usher and Usher came back. Chris Brown, stuff like that, man. Like I could talk about October and all them cats. I think that's gonna be the play, and then hip hop can go more of an underground thing, which for the genre, that's better because now you could weed out the weakness and get a better. We're gonna get better hip hop through this because like they're gonna be doing it for the love, and you still could be a millionaire rapping. That's read. Pop is completely dominant, while rock is probably the most dominant. Yeah, that's the point he just made. Out of all of rock and country, they making a lot of money for this simple reason. People, there's a more of a connection with the rock and the country artists compared to what with their artists, with the public compared to hip hop artists and stuff. Because one thing about like the country and the rock artists, right? No matter what they don't get aged out. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much are involved in their fan base gonna grow with them. You know what I'm saying? Even there's no like we were just talking about Pooh Shiesty and Gucci, like part of Gucci fan base is gonna leave him just because he made that song about Pooh Shiesty. And that's inevitable. That's something they can't control. But for a fan base of a country artist or in a rock artist, they will literally grow with them and have their kids listen to them too. Because of that's usually what happened. Like case in point, right? I had white friends, right? I mean, I do still got white friends, but like they listened to what their mom and them played like on a record player, and they went and learned that music, and they understand that music. Reason why that's important is the fact that now you got generations going to your concerts, buying your merchandise, doing doing everything possible to be keep you a part of their life. That's cool. That's cool. CP3. That's something hip hop artists. A few hip hop artists get that type of situation. I believe Kendrick could get that type of love. Like Jay will get that somewhat of that type of love because I mean people gonna remember when they first heard Black Album and stuff. You gonna have some of that, but hip hop more likely M is gonna get that love too. Wayne gonna get that love, but like you're not gonna you rarely get that type of love out of like the fan base compared to the artists and stuff. Because even with if it's like a situation where they didn't get in beef and everything, it's still gonna be somebody that's gonna be dividing the room and try to keep them from having that massive, love in the game. Like that's what makes Michael Jackson so remarkable. He was the only black artist I know that had that generations. I'm talking about multiple generations adhere to like his greatness. Like it's hard for like every time like you go let your kids listen to Off the Wall and Thriller. To this day, they gonna have that song stuck in their head. They're gonna want to research more about Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? That's just you, and that's unique to Michael Jackson. Like you're never gonna really get that again because for some reason we always fall for destroying our own, allowing them to destroy our own in that regard. You know what I mean? Like Pac should have All Eyes on Me situation should have been just a blip on his career overall. And hopefully him and Biggie should have probably got together after Diddy was done with not Diddy, but Biggie was done with Diddy. That should not have been as big as a factor. Like these rock bands have beefs and everything. Like there's inner squabbles all the time in rock, but it never got to a place where they want to they want to orchestrate somebody getting hit. I'm not saying that's the way it went down or not, but So, all right, pop is completely dominant, while rock is probably the most dominant ticket selling thing in the Western world. And yet, there's almost no representation of rock and culture, which is crazy thinking about that. Right? Hold on, real quick. I'm out got dry on me. Yeah, I bet him. Essentially, Corbin's argument is a bottle plate into anti-populism. Okay, the idea that the shift away from rock bands towards producer-driven styles like rap and pop was a result of a top-down intervention rather than any economic incentive. So here's the thing Corgan is missing too, is the fact that destroyed the R&B group too. Cause like right now you probably couldn't, at one point you probably couldn't do like a Tony Tone during the 2000s. Cause that was essentially a band. Same like with Mid Condition and stuff. That's essentially a band, you know what I mean? Ozzy Brothers, and I mean, a lot of neo soul. That's pretty. Like Roots did a lot of, you know, the live things with neo soul and stuff. Well, not all. I'm talking in the early days. But he got a point there. He does not specifically name a corporate, but suggests that MTV was the instrument through which this shift was enacted, and that the CIA may have been involved. Okay. In a way, I understand his position. MTV really did become conspicuous, influential during the late 90s. All right. This is a little homework for y'all. If y'all want to really get the gist of what he's saying. So Woodstock 99, that if it's still on Netflix, that's the I highly suggest that that documentary. And reason I highly suggest it, because you're gonna see something eerily similar to 2020 when during the George Floyd situation, right? So that came out. Matter of fact, on 2020, because we were talking about in the gym that everybody saying, "Hey, Terry, you need to watch it," because I know you won't have a different perspective. Which I watching, I end up having a different perspective. So with there's scenes in there where, like the narrative in Woodstock 99 was when Korn and all those like new better bands was playing super hard and hard music. They were saying, well, they put the fans into frenzy and they end up doing what they did when Woodstock 99. That's not true. That's a narrative they made. The truth of it is that it was boiling over for a couple of days, and really the linchpin of all the burning and acting fool and all that shit. The linchpin was some fool decided to give over 250,000 candles doing the Red Hot Chili Pepper like the end song stuff. So that's how Woodstock ended up getting all the fires and all that crazy stuff we saw in '99. You remember, like the documentary shows that. So, and then they talked about like people was wearing all black and masked up, terrorizing people and stuff. It makes you think like, was that whole thing a psyop? Because there's a line demarcation between before Woodstock 99 and after Woodstock 99. Now after Woodstock 99, like all the hard metal stuff, they went in more. They never became mainstream as much as the softer rock at the time, like your Jets, your Killers. I like Killers. Muse got real big during that time. Muse is a good brand. Coldplay around that time. But all the hard stuff, they were subject, they were pretty much, unless you already been grandfathered in, like your Deftones, your Korn, Rob Zombie, stuff like that. That was already grandfathered in. So yeah, they got major push just because of that. But like overall, I think that's the line demarcation when it comes to rock as the main focus for the music industry, and it eventually went to R&B, like the pop, the Britney, Christina, stuff like that, and then the hip hop stuff. Okay, the corporate consolidation of radio. This, by the way, I talked about this earlier about this touched the Saturday morning cartoon stuff. The corporate consolidation of radio had been a pace for a long time by then, but the Telecommunications Act of 1996 supercharged that process by making it possible for a few national companies to buy most of the country's radio stations. So with that telecommunication thing, that affects the local scene too, because like let's say if the main local affiliates wanted to have Saturday morning cartoons, they would have just went and bought the syndications of like I think CBS at that time. They had this is a long time ago that, but the CBS affiliate down here actually got the Disney cartoons for the daily thing. Then like I want to say the WB stuff was affiliated with a lot of Fox stuff back in the gap, like your Justice League, your Batman, Batman animated series, Batman Forever, Superman, all that stuff. That was during that time. So with that being said, that could affect the music industry too, because a lot of you remember like you used to have a lot of rock stations, you'd have a lot of hip hop stations. We had 3 hip hop stations down here. Or 2 hip hop stations. We had K14 and 100.3 Jam back in the gap. And 100.3 Jam, like that was more of the edgier gangster rap stuff. They used to have that was they lane. And then K14 would have more of the contemporary back in the gap. Before that, his songs often incubated in local scenes like Seattle, for example, both filtering up to national platforms like MTV. Consolidation brought into all that, turning what had been loosely federated landscapes of parallel cultural ecosystems into something fundamental. Oh man, my mouth getting dry. I could tell. Centralized and top down, which is never good. That's never good. Anyway, radio stations were once holistically embedded within communities communities they serve were suddenly being programmed remotely by distant, unfeeling corporations. That will kill the radio. That killed the radio hard because it was one point that we used to hear more of the local scene. Yeah, MTV stepped and filled in that void. BET did too. Was this bad for rock music then? Did MTV use this newfound influence to willfully push rock out of the mainstream and dial down the ability for rock stars to have a voice in the culture? Did they make a top-down editorial decision to replace rock with rap in a cultural firmament? All right, well, no, not really. First off, the timeline doesn't line up. Rap's real commercial breakthrough didn't happen until much later, during the aughts, when albums like 50 Cent, The Massacre, and Lil Wayne Carter 3 was experiencing massive million selling first weeks. From a singles oriented perspective, I think there's an argument that rap's mainstream dominance really didn't kick off until 2002 with Nelly's Hot in Here. He got up on that. In the late 90s, rock was still huge. Limp Bizkit sold millions of copies. I ain't gonna talk about that album. That's everybody know what the album is. First week at the turn of the millennium, which was a feat that none of the grunge titans of the early 90s ever managed. By some metrics, the late 90s were the commercial golden age of heavy music. That's a good point. Because like Limp Bizkit was the biggest probably at the time. Deftones was my shit, but like they big break was having a song on Blade. I remember that. Yeah, decline happened later. I think there's probably a much stronger argument to be made that MTV's top-down editorial decision helped pushed Billy Corgan out of mainstream. The rock bands that were doing well during that era didn't look and sound very much like Smashing Pumpkin. Korn, Limp Bizkit, idolized he hit CB3. He was talking about hitting something that ain't need to be hit. You know what I mean? It was basically a fat girl reference. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me Shock and Starfish, and so basically, yeah, you get the idea. I don't have to spell it out. And this is a good point dude made. Korn and Limp Bizkit idolized Ice Cube and Method Man rather than Sabbath and Bowie. And groups like Sublime and Blink-182 emerged from an entirely different lineage. Yeah. The Pumpkins would have been out of step with the prevailing trends, even if they hadn't replaced their drummer with a sequencer on a door. Moving towards whispery synth pop and treble eyeliner soul balladry, at a precise moment, the teenage audience began to clamor for more raucous speaker rather than low end. So basically, that's the day. Like Korn, that introduced the D-tune bass. So you listen to Korn, all their stuff is D-tune. They doing the drop down D. That's the tune they use. Even so, MTV did continue to showcase Corgan's peers during the late 90s. Marilyn Manson was huge in late 90s. Nine Inch Nails, love Nine Inch Nails, and Hole, that's Courtney Love, were all invited to perform at the MTV Video Music Awards during that period. For example, regardless of regardless of whether or not their new music bore any obvious hip hop influence, that the people running MTV didn't extend the same favor to Billy Corgan suggests that maybe they just didn't like him very much, and that one of the consequences of their increased curator health during that period was the Adore machine didn't sell as well as they would have if MTV had given them more support. The success of Manson's Mechanical Animal and Hole's Celebrity Skin, two albums Corgan worked on in some capacity, might look to him like clear examples of what might have been possible. So yeah, that they got a point. He got a point there because like rock really didn't. I'm telling you the line demarcation of like the heavy stuff to like when you get the Killers and when you get the Jets of the world stuff is Woodstock '99. That is it, because that's a good argument for there was a yeah, that's a good argument for like there was a move against rock for hip hop and pop was the Woodstock '99 thing, because that anytime this is why it's important not to ride, not to do act a fool, because that tends to work against you. So Woodstock '99 happened. That's when now the world want, all right, we gotta have softer music going on. You didn't, like I said, you didn't erase that. You just pushed to be more on the softer end. I could talk about the rest of this on another day. Y'all want? A matter of fact, I'm about to let me bookmark this. This is a good app because like I think it's a correlation with how hip hop is getting treated now. Because like you got to think about hip hop is being lumped in with the Diddy's and the BLMs and stuff like that, and that's probably what's hurting its popularity. You know what I'm saying? The most. Man, Nickelback too. Speaking, I'm gonna transition. Speaking of BLM and all the and USA and stuff. Because like somebody else had a good point of view about USA was getting funded to prop up the hip hop artists, and it might be a point because like a lot of people ain't selling right now as much as it used to. But then again, like, who's really buying albums like that? We'll talk about it another day. Let's talk about SPLC.
A rally in Charlottesville in 2017 was funded and organized by SPLC. They paid the guy who did that $270,000.
The actual organizer
The
of
organizer
the entire event.
of that event, the one that has been the basis for screaming that Donald Trump is a racist, it was SPLC that organized, provided transportation for, and paid the person who did it $270,000. They made $65 million off that one event. $65 million, all based upon a lie. I don't call that infiltration. I call that being actively involved in the organization. They're the ones creating the racism. They're the ones funding the KKK, funding the Unite the Right rally, funding these so-called radicals, but it's all SPLC.
So you think this blows us open?
I think that this blows this whole thing open. I don't think that there's enough racism in this country for SPLC to make the millions of dollars that they need to operate. Because if they existed at the level that the SPLC claims that they did, why would they have to fund them themselves?
So let's get to this. SPLC official accused of funding 1.2 million to a informant in a neo-Nazi group report. Matter of fact, I could just play the video. Ooh, shit, hold up. Of course, it's gonna be an ad. Shout out to Crown Skin. I need to get it. CV3, you need to get some of this.
I'm national correspondent Kayla Gaskins in Washington. New details emerging on one of the more surprising allegations in the Justice Department's expanding case against the Southern Poverty Law Center. Prosecutors claim a former senior official at the organization maintained a personal relationship with a paid informant inside a neo-Nazi group. New details are drawing attention to a former top official at the Southern Poverty Law Center. The organization.
By the way, I want to apologize. You only hear it on one ear. It's because this is how the video is. So I apologize with that.
Best known for tracking hate groups and extremism.
It's always worse than we thought.
According to the Justice Department's expanding case against the SPLC, a senior official, identified in court documents as Employee 2, was in a romantic relationship with a confidential informant embedded inside the white supremacist group National Alliance.
They didn't just pay him to foment the hate they told their donors they were fighting. They actually dated him.
The superseding indictment alleges the informant, known as Field Source Number 9, received more than $1 million in payments from the SPLC over several years. Prosecutors also claim Employee 2 and the informant shared a home and 2 joint bank accounts. The indictment alleges approximately $140,000 in donor money ultimately flowed into those accounts and was used to pay the couple's personal living expenses. While the indictment does not identify Employee 2 by name, news reports have identified the person as Heidi Barrick, the former director of the SPLC's Intelligence Project and a prominent researcher of white supremacist movements.
We face, as we've already heard here, a global and increasingly violent extremist movement composed of an incendiary mix of white supremacists, neo-Nazis, and new groups like the Boogaloo Boys. All are interested in bringing about the collapse of democracies through terrorist violence.
The Southern Poverty Law Center has pleaded not guilty to federal charges including wire fraud, bank fraud, and money laundering conspiracy. The organization has denied wrongdoing and maintains its use of confidential sources was part of its effort to monitor extremist organizations. In Washington, I'm Kayla Gaskins.
No, this is a crazy thing, man. When we talk about this, like, I wonder how many other groups is getting funded by these organizations and everything. Keep bullshit going on. Because, I mean, it's almost sad, too, because, like, there's legit racism you could go find. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to make it up. Or do you? I don't know. It just I don't know, man. It just, makes you think about all the times they gaslit us into believing there's a boogeyman, everywhere, and got us feeling we probably could have been way past a lot of this stuff if like that wasn't being pushed as much. So make me think. I almost scored there. Made me think, man. It's sad. So we'll see how that play out. I wonder when that trial happens. That's gonna be a crazy one. And I know we talk about we talking about the I'm sorry. I lost train of thought. Yeah, we talk about well, I went blank. Phyllis Hyman, I didn't get to talk about Phyllis Hyman and Clive Davis, that whole situation. So let's read.
Davis taught me to never be afraid because I was so terrorized by him. Whether he meant to do it or not, I'll never know. But he sure taught me that if you try to terrorize me again, well, we can't say that on public radio. What I may do to someone who tries to hurt me again in this business, I'm not having it. I should be respected as I respect, and I will not have someone try to ruin my spirit and ruin my career. If Clive Davis, if his plan was to destroy my career, it didn't work. Davis taught me to never be.
Yeah. You know what it might be? Yeah, the administrator. You mean the admin of the SPLC? Some guy? Is that what you referring to? So I understand what you're saying. Here's my thing about that, right? The current administration that removed white initiative. Here's what I'm saying, man. Here's what I say on that. Okay. Yes, and it's I don't know what you're talking about on that one. But now removing it. Here's the thing. If they weren't being propped up, okay, I got you. If they're not being propped up by SPLC or they're not being propped up by like USAID or whatever to keep this so-called problem around, like, are they even worth following? Because like it would be different if like there was a big database of people that went out and they went out and like made money, they sent them money, donate time, effort, and stuff like that. And that was like an organization. You see a big organization forming from this and stuff, and it's like a whole top down. I ain't say top down. It's more of a large web of conspirators, around this organization. That could be one thing where, yeah, you might not want to take them off the domestic terrorist list, right? I could see that. But from what it looked like is that a lot of this was being propped up to seem like there was so much this and so much that. And I make an argument on this. I think what would make racism really come back is but what I'm saying is like if you look if the whole argument for the SPLC was that to eliminate racism and everything like that, and then you find out they are actually funding people that are so-called racist and they propping them up and they doing this, they doing a lot of underhanded stuff just to keep because they benefit from a race. Every time a racist situation happens, people gonna go holler at the SPLC. You know, so if they trying to keep the problem going on, you know what I'm saying? That's when you get in the legal gray area. And like I said, maybe some politicians and billionaires was propping this up too. You know, hey, the hell? Oh, they already fired fireworks. So I get your point on that. It's just I think it's deeper. It don't matter. Like they got money somewhere. People to donate with them, and they had, like I said, non-profit don't necessarily mean they don't collect money. Non-profit mean like it's not a profit endeavor. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that they're not getting any money. Good defense. Boy. So I'm a little torn on. I mean, I'm not torn on it. Like if they actually are doing that, like I said, this gonna go to do trial and everything. So everything we saying right now is all. Yeah, I know. Nobody such funds anything. But like I said, like people sending them money, and what they were doing, the money was kind of. It looks like they were just trying to keep the problem going on. And this I probably won't get to probably 10 minutes of this. So Osmongold went off on with that being said though, like I'll keep it a bug with you with the SPLC. Is it same with is it really needed in this day and age where if somebody does something nefarious on a racial dynamic or whatever, it would go viral pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder, and this is not a right or wrong answer. I wonder if it's needed as much as it did before prior to the internet, where I can make an argument that internet culture and just in gaming culture and you know hobby culture that did more to kill racism than the actual SPLC did. I can make that argument because a lot of times, like I tell you one thing that was like a unifying force. Even like the elementary school I went to was like what 60% white at that time. I moved around a lot. My granny and both my grannies still stay on the east side, so I don't think I'm an easy win up for people listening. But anyway, you can make an argument that this is why I would say that, right? I personally think Nick Fuentes and Chuck the Builder are operatives. This is my opinion. I don't have nothing to prove it because a lot of stuff they doing. So here's my thing. If I remember going on X and going on a little prior to the George Floyd and after before George Floyd and after George Floyd, right? And one of the issues I remember vividly was that they used the names they used to say to people who were leaning right. They'll say they were racist. They're either racist or homophobes or anti-Semitic. That's always been one of those. If like somebody that center right was asking what's going on with this, and that doesn't make sense. This is that. When they start asking, no, And the crazy thing about Proud Boys too, and I'm not a Proud Boy or anything like that. The crazy thing about Proud Boys is the fact that there was a lot of people of color in Proud Boys just because of where they at. If people don't notice, a lot of Antifa and the neo Nazis will coordinate, like when they're gonna do in some places where they'll do like a protest and stuff. There was a coordination in some of these groups like that, man. It's crazy thinking about it like that. So my theory is a lot of this is being propped up because really, honest got truth, the real conspiracy of what I just talked about, like now we don't have the conscious rap like we used to as much, right? And it's effect, and then no males in the household. Like we seeing the generational effects of that happening, generation after generation. I don't know that to be true. Some guy, I don't want to keep it a buck with you. I don't know that to be true. And I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying it's more we don't really need. It's less hey, it's up there. Go all the way up. The link is already up there. I'm gonna get in this video. This is Asmongold. He's but there's proof Charlottesville had feds in that crowd too, man. But I'm not gonna get into the semantic game because, like I said, there's other entities that benefits from outward racism, and I hate to say, I think a lot of people on the right is getting caught up in this little game they've been playing, like when they're getting caught up in some of the stuff.
Look bad. So you're waiting for something like this to happen so you can counter signal it, right? And so we'll go ahead and we'll watch a few of these and go through all of it. Never stop talking about it. Oh, we never will. We're not going to stop talking about this at all. And I think that's what bothers them the most, honestly, because they know that it looks very bad. And that's the reason why they have to counter signal and bring up Jeffrey Epstein or something, as if everybody is, against Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, here we go. Let's watch it.
He doubles down and explains why he doesn't care if Muslim people get stabbed in the UK. I have zero sympathy, and I don't give a fuck about some guy stabbing people because they let stuff like this happen.
I have zero sympathy, and I do not give a fuck about some guy stabbing people. Yeah. It's because they let stuff like this happen on a day.
Who's they? Like, who is the...
You. It's you, Mehdi Hasan.
So... this is the problem when you use terminologies like they and you use the terminologies like y'all and stuff like that. People sort of like, "Hi, who the fuck you talking about?" I think more the problem with Europe is that I got you. How you doing, man?
And all the people that are trying to spread social political Islam in Western countries and enable the bad actors and never hold them accountable. It's specifically you. You do this.
Yeah, one problem with when you want to immigrate a whole bunch of people in your country, they gotta assimilate to some type of understanding of the norms of your country. You shouldn't be assimilating them; they should be assimilating you. I mean, and that might sound harsh and everything, but it's the truth.
You downplay terrorism, you gas it up when you can, and you support it. That's the problem. That's the big issue.
Another day, another pair of shades, and these right here are the Colorado Bulldogs by Nevin. Everyone seems...
that's letting stuff like this happen.
Allowing huge amounts of migrants to come into the countries while supporting parties that enable this to happen without any sort of safeguards, accountability, or...
You asking me? What's up, DNYC? You asking me to define terrorism? Because, like, technically, here's the thing, man. Uh, damn. The thing is, I mean, terrorism is. I mean, you basically using. Oh, all right, bet.
Any level of legal repercussions for the bad actors. So you've allowed a systematic rape of hundreds of thousands, probably millions of girls across Europe in an effort to push identity politics. This is what you've done. You've tried to push identity politics, and the result of that is that millions of women have been raped. Girls have been raped.
This Asmongold saying this YouTube, and we laid in a stream anyway, so it's not gonna matter as much. Let's read.
That's exactly what I mean.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And this is a what, like a random black guy in Portugal
who should never be in Portugal. He should be deported immediately. We shouldn't have random black guys running around throwing rocks at people in Portugal. These are African migrants, and they should have never been imported into the country. It's a mistake. And the difference is that you want to try to create ambiguity around that, and I don't. So my mindset is that these people should be deported wholesale, right? I mean, I'm sure there are some exceptions of people that can stay that are not problematic, obviously. But I would say like overwhelmingly over 90% of them should be removed. Yeah. I mean, they probably don't improve the economy. They're, in a lot of cases, more violent on average than the average people. That's the reason why many of these countries don't want to even record any statistics about immigration status or race, because they know that it will lead to conclusions that will make them look bad. And
that part right there is crazy. Like, you're not reporting crime. Because the thing is, my theory, I ain't gonna say theory, my ideal is you got to report this stuff so that you can fix it. I don't care about feelings. When like some of these dickheads want to bring up the crime statistics, what black people doing and stuff, I look at it in a way of like, okay, we need to fix something like this, and where I could fix it. I have nephews and everything that probably categorize as a YN. Let's go in there and talk to them, see where they at. You know what I'm saying? See where they at, see where their mind at. Because like a lot of people don't even talk to these cats like that. And that's the that's the overall problem within itself. So how you gonna be able to fix it? What's up? What's up?
I'm sorry. I just gotta. I'm sorry. I had to come off mute. I'm sorry. If you look up the crime statistics, we not number one. We not even number two. You can look up the crime statistics. Everybody does crime, and they do crime within their proximity. So Asian on Asian, Hispanic on Hispanic, Caucasian on Caucasian, black on black, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're not up there like that.
I would say
Widely as it's kept, we're not up there like that. I'm just saying that, and I'm gonna go back on mute.
This is all I would say with that. The Chicago stereotype comes from somewhere.
The Chicago stereotype came from because Obama was from Chicago, and they wanted a shit on the man because
Chicago was crazy before Obama.
Okay, whatever, but he was from Chicago, and they had to do everything to I don't want to cuss on your channel like that.
No. You cool. Hold on. But before you even get going further, let everybody know. Once you get past 2 hours, YouTube ain't don't care about that. As long as you ain't being ridiculous, you good.
Okay. Well, okay. So the reason they keep talking about Chicago is because of Obama. Because of Obama, because of Obama, because he's from Chicago, and when he was in the White House, all the bills that he wanted to pass and move, they didn't want to do it. But now, when Trump get in office, first day he gets to sign his I'm like, man, y'all gotta stop that. Y'all gotta stop that.
All right,
I'm on mute.
Just I gotta let you know something real quick.
All right.
People who didn't want. And this is gonna be a hard reality. There's a common denominator between President Bush, President Obama, and President Trump. You know what that common denominator is?
They cousins. We know. Let's go.
No, not even that. Nancy Pelosi. That's the common denominator. If you want to know why gas kept going up higher and higher, she got stakes in the environmental movement. You know what I'm saying? This is facts. You go look it up. So my point is, like, Chicago been on some type of time ever since Garbini Green went away. A lot of it, like, they were talking about Chicago being a murder capital back when Bush was in office. I vividly remember that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're gonna get more emphasis on a more daily basis when your president is in their hometown is called Chicago. Yeah, you probably gonna have some more, you know, because like a lot of stuff, a lot of the, you know, the plans and stuff didn't get to them. It got to the environmentalists. It got to like Solyndra and all that stuff. So it is what it is, man. That's the only thing I say about that. And like I said, the stat, it's different stats everywhere. And then you got to break it down from age demographics.
Yeah, but we up there, but we ain't up there like that. We look, there's white people, there's Latinos, there's Asians, there's a whole lot of, but we up there, but nigga, we ain't nah.
I gotta ask you this.
Okay.
I gotta ask you this.
And I got you.
Would it be? How would that be better if we wasn't? I mean, we still killing out each other at alarming rate. Would you agree on that?
Wait, what?
Or
we still kill each other
at alarming rate.
We still kill each other at a normal rate.
Alarming rate. Would you agree on that?
Who cares? No. Wait. Let me be very clear about my answer. Do we kill each other at an alarming rate? What does that have to do with the
stats?
Right. Because we're still not up there.
If we kill each other at an alarming rate, or we killing each other. You do.
But we in proximity. We gonna kill each other.
No. I'm asking you this: if we kill each other in general, right? That's not a good. That's just not a good time. That's not a good thing to happen. Us killing each other.
At the end of the day, we in proximity. We see each other. You make me mad. You piss me off. I'm gonna kill you. It's just what that is.
I get that.
It's just what that is. So it's a spotlight on us because we black and everybody hate us. So why do you hate us so much?
I don't hate us. I'm not killing. And the thing is, I'm not killing my own. So back to my.
When you talk, when you speak your words, what comes out of your mouth, people hear you. People listen to you, and it sounds like you. I'm just saying.
Well, hear me out, okay? All right, let's take the stats out of thing.
All right,
we are that the element of people killing each other in our hoods does exist.
Hoods is short for
in our hoods. I'm talking in our terminology. We having a black conversation here. All right. I'm not doing the TED Talk.
You don't have to explain the hood to me. I live in a neighborhood, and you can say it's a hood all you want to, but at the end of the day, it's predominantly black, and I love my black people. Okay. And I would never kill unless somebody came in my house and I had the uka, and that's different. But
and that's okay. I'm in agreement with you. I won't kill nobody.
No, but I love it. Like I shop at Black. I would like to find. Yeah, I love my people. So black people do my hair. Like, go ahead.
No. So what I'm saying. So if you we both know our neighborhoods, know our people. There is an element that will go run up on the ops. This is the back of the matter. There's that element. That wouldn't be a stereotype. It wasn't. any truth to it, right? So with that being said, we should be fixing that situation no matter what the stats say, right? That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
It's not necessarily me saying, well, you know, we have to adhere to whatever they saying and this and that. I'm just saying, hey, we gotta it's a problem we gotta fix. That's simple.
Okay. I'm listening.
So even when they bring up those stats and saying, hey, we do this, and we do this.
But it got the people that's listening, because at the end of the day, what they say, I mean, let's be very clear. What they say, don't believe, believe what they say, half of what you hear, third of what you read, some about what you see. How they go? What's the saying?
But
do you believe that?
All that doesn't really matter.
It does.
What really matters,
especially
is,
now the social media. Well,
hold up. What really matters is we being respectful. We fixing our situation to the best of our ability, and us talking to the younger generation on how to deal with situations.
Facts.
Because the thing is, we just saw a situation where somebody didn't deal with something the proper way, and us as a man, like every dude I talk to, like 90% of them agree with me on this. Like, hey, first of all, he didn't have his hands and feet together, being over there in the ops tent. We all.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
no. See, this is the problem. This is the problem. Because this is a teach. All this whole thing is a teachable moment.
You seen the video, bro?
Don't matter. You see the video. He didn't get jumped.
It don't matter.
Hold on. Here's the thing, Judge Jay. Again, I'm from the east side of Fort Worth. Stop 6 to be exact.
Okay, if 260 when you was 170, 80. When you was 180 and a 240 dude on juice.
Listen to me, Judge
Bully.
Jay.
Come at you. What you gonna do?
Listen to me, Judge Jay.
What you gonna do?
I had that situation. I used my hands and feet. I had that situation.
Okay.
But you need to. You were looking at this again. We talked about this. You're looking at this as a young lady's perspective. It's not being disrespectful. It's just the reality of the situation. So you seeing somebody being bigger than you and everything, whatever they do is going to be an extra threat because they're bigger than you. All right, that's the way. That's the survival instinct screaming out. I get that. From a man's point of view, if I'm somewhere I ain't supposed to be at, that could be a life and death situation.
Exactly. The life and death. And guess what? He chose life.
Okay. No. You gotta let me finish. Since that I know that's a life death situation, if I'm being confronted and people telling me, hey,
that's your story.
Hey, you need to leave. Oh no. This is the fact of the matter of it. This is the fact of the matter of it. If I let's take the black white out of it.
We talked about black and white. We never talked about the black and white of it. It was just the fact that you telling me I need to leave. How did you tell him to leave? First of all, you following him. You was the aggressor. He went over there in the tent. It's raining. Everybody was under the tent. Saying he talking to his friend, whatever. You come over there. Okay. All right. Okay.
Hear me out. Just really hear me out. You're responding to this like that's a rival girl at your high school. That's how you respond to this. I'm responding.
It's not rival track, bro. You know how Carter killed.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
You know that wasn't that. That's not what that was. Stop doing that. Don't do that.
You gotta let me finish. I didn't say that. Rob.
You said it was.
No, let me finish. Let me finish so you understand. What I'm saying is, you are looking at that scenario like you at the cafeteria and you sit at the wrong table. That's what you're looking at. That's what you're saying. And
And
she
I will
be
slap somebody with my fucking tray all
that's
day. If a bitch
that's
walk up to me and she keep talking to me, she keeps saying the wrong things, I promise you, her face and the tray, they gonna meet and have a conversation. I don't know.
and again, you're approaching that. That's that situation. That's
I'm just
something
saying, the tray
but
and the bitch,
but as a
they gonna have
man,
a conversation.
as a man, as a boy, right? That could be our last situation. You understand what I'm saying? So there was what I'm basically getting to. There was ample opportunity of him saying, "Hey, you know what, bet y'all don't want me here. Let me get up out of here." Now, if he got out of there, hold on. Listen, no, I don't care about rain. We don't care about rain.
Okay, we don't care about rain. Okay.
He played football.
No, and he
is.
ran track.
He played football, ran track. I played football, ran track.
No, but he ran track, and the dude
No.
that was on juice.
No. I don't care. Look, Austin right there. Austin pretty much is secondary in this whole situation. And this is the reason I'm saying that.
Of course,
he's secondary. He's secondary in this situation because Camaro went somewhere that he wasn't welcome at. I ain't gonna say he was invited. We don't really know if he was invited or not. Where he wasn't welcome at. He did that. He made a choice to go over there. Rain, whatever. He made a choice to go over there. He had ample time to get his ass up when he felt like when he's known that he's not welcome over there. He could have got his ass up and went somewhere else.
How would you like you crazy?
No, I'm not.
First of all, what do you mean that he's not welcome where?
He's not welcome.
He's not at nobody home. If I put somebody in my house,
law,
they know they're not.
By Texas law,
bro.
Even on public property.
We not.
No. I go.
It's not. We not gonna. Okay.
We're not gonna go by Texas law.
No, I didn't say that because you keep saying that he was an adult. In Texas, 17. When you're 17,
I never said adult. I never said
anything
about
adult. You did.
No, I didn't.
You said the reason why he got 35 years because he's an adult. Under Texas law, he's an adult and he killed a kid. But the kid was 17
hold
too.
up.
At the end of the day, both of them were adults. So they wasn't on school property. So what are you talking about, my guy?
Hold up. First of all, I never said that he deserved 35 years. That's false. I always said I would have went 20 because he
shouldn't have got nothing. This was self-defense.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, with the Mexican dudes you pulled up, they had 10 years, 5 years.
They took pleas.
10 months.
They took plea deals.
Okay.
See, this is what happens when you get gaslit. You've been getting gaslit.
I'm not gaslit.
I'm
not gaslit. No.
You're not?
No. Absolutely not.
So what do you believe happened in this whole situation?
We talked about this.
What
do you believe happened?
I believe.
You seen the video? They got a new team. They got a new defense team. So what do you believe happened?
Do you want me to answer this?
Absolutely.
I believe he did know somebody at that tent. He went up there to see them and get out the rain. I do believe that because if you wanted to get out the rain, you could have went under the bleachers.
He could have.
No. As a man, we have to look at all. We have to look at all that. Y'all don't have look. That's what I'm saying. He could have this. He could do. Now he chose to do this, so he could have right to do it. You're approaching this in a way where he's never gonna be wrong, and that to me,
I'm not saying that he's wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm not.
You approaching that he's not wrong.
No, And you
Because-
approaching it as he is wrong. So
Because he is. And if you let me finish, I'll tell you why he is.
okay.
He's wrong for the simple fact that once people tell you that you need to leave,
Well, how did it say
it don't matter. It don't matter. No.
Nah.
Quit asking why. Quit asking why. Because
No,
why
I don't give
doesn't
a
matter
fuck about
anymore.
why. If you say how did they say it? If you 17-year-old with testosterone and you say, well, I need to leave where? Who you talking to?
Okay.
I need to leave. And I'm a female. I'm a
Listen to me.
female. So I can just imagine a 180 dude. Well, I don't know how much he weighed. And 220 on juice, on roids, on fentanyl, bullies. Because his daddy sound like a bully. And I need to leave. You talking to me? Hold on, you talking to me? Hold on, you talking. Okay.
You
no, like I said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you say. No. I'm a female. And you know I'm emotional. I can get emotional sometimes, but at the meantime, in between time, I know how to leave. I've been kicked out of better places. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People get kicked out of better places, B.
Just
all the time. I'm just saying. But bro, this your tent? This your spot? You talking to me?
Was.
And now you finna jump me? Oh, y'all finna beat me up? Y'all surrounding me like, bro. Y'all surrounding me? Y'all about to man?
So here's my
you knew what it was. You tripping?
Here's my issue with this story, right? Okay, if you went up there to get out the rain and be with one of his friends, right?
No,
Why didn't no. Hold up, let me finish what I'm saying. Why didn't his friend come and say, "Hey, man, that he's with me. He's good."
We had this conversation.
Why didn't he vouch for him?
We had this conversation.
I'm asking the question. Why you think
we literally had this conversation? You wanna go back over the conversation me and you had?
Why didn't dude vouch for him?
Bro, it's 60 of them. One him.
Bullshit.
Bro. If you came in the tent, bro, first of all, we had this conversation. No. You listen.
I got a question.
We had this conversation. I said, if it was raining and you came into a tent, you can't compare that to the Carter and Kimball game because we know not to go on Kimball's side. We know that. But if it's track. It's everybody's there, and it ain't even at the school. It ain't even at the field house. It's where it's at, right? So they can't even say, "Oh, he brought a knife on the school ground." No.
Just Jay.
No. But I told you what I asked you. I said, I don't. It was raining, and I said, "What if you came into the tent? It's raining, right? Because you was acting like, the side or the enemy territory. How would you know that? Unless you get inside the tent, you see people now. You see people that you don't like or don't rock with you. Guess what?
Right.
I'm in the tent, and I don't know that y'all got beef. But guess what? You coming over there, you like, hey, just Jay, what's up? And somebody roll up on you like you need to leave. So you just gonna leave?
Hold up, real quick.
You just gonna leave? Exactly, and that was your answer.
No. I'm about to end this right now. Because you act like I haven't went through this whole video and stuff. I've seen the whole video. Hold on, let me get the video together.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find the video.
Yeah, because you got
a lot of stories.
You full of okay.
I'm not full of it.
All right.
Shout out to Ticket TV.
Ticket TV.
All right. You see this? This a tent.
Blow it up so I can see.
Oh, okay.
Well, hold on. I need to.
That's the tent right there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if dude want to get out the rain, he ain't running anymore. You've been to stadiums. What's this? Right here.
Look like a football field.
Okay, no. What's right here? Well, look where my arrow at. Can you see that?
That look like where they sell hot dogs and burgers.
And they go underneath the bleachers, right?
Okay, maybe he went to go get a hot dog and a
No,
burger.
no. They go under the bleachers. What happens? You ever been to a high school game where there's a lightning alert? Where do the kids go when it's a lightning alert?
And look, now the new age kids apparently go on the tents.
Where do kids? If there's a lightning, let's say this storm had a thunderstorm, and there's a lightning alert. Where the kids going?
These new age kids go on the
The
tent.
new age kids ain't going on underneath because you know why they ain't going underneath a tent in a lightning storm? Because tents got metal in it.
They don't know that. They don't. Bro.
You are not staying in a tent during a fucking thunderstorm. I'm telling you that right now.
You tripping.
No, I'm not.
You
I'm not.
Yes,
my point is, he didn't have to even be over here. If
You
he ain't
tripping.
running, no. If he ain't running, he could have tucked his ass underneath these bleachers and wait till like his ride or
You
whatever
tripping.
come over.
Why the hell want to be under a bleach when you can be under a tent? Like you tripping.
No, I'm not.
Bro.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is,
I
as
want to be
as
under
a
no
board,
freaking bleacher. I can be under a tent. And then when I get under a tent, I see somebody I know. Like, hey, you.
listen to me, Just Jay.
And then you got juiced up.
Listen to me. Listen to me clearly. Listen to me. If I go over here, I'm knowing somebody over here. I have business over here, right?
Okay, well, you got in there.
No. Stop. Listen to me. If you know somebody over there, they will more likely vouch for you to be over there. But still, hey, make sure this is our responsibility. Make sure it's cool. I could be over there. You talk to somebody.
How would you know that?
Because you talk to somebody.
Bro, no.
Because you talk.
It's a track meet. Everybody is over there.
No, hush.
You tripping.
Hush. No, I'm not tripping.
You tripping.
I'm not tripping. You're just saying I'm tripping because you think that doesn't make you right. Keep saying something.
That doesn't make you right because at the end of the day, why would you want to go under the bleachers when you just go inside a tent? And then when you go inside the tent, okay, now like you still a lot of people that don't rock with you, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you calm that shit down because you over there talking to me, you talking to your friend. Right, and then they came and they approached you. They came. You came talking to me. We talking. Somebody tapped you on your shoulder and was like, "Hey, you ain't supposed to be here. You ain't supposed to be in this tent. What you gonna do? You gonna flee? You little."
You say I'm tripping, but you right now you babbling.
I'm not babbling. I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, you a runner. You a fleer.
No. I never say I won't run anything.
Well, so what would you do?
What I did say, so it'd be clear. I said before, if I go over there, I know that's a robber tent, and I know it's raining. Listen to what I'm saying. I am communicating. Hey, who's running the show? Can I sit over here till they get our tent up or whatever? 9 times out of 10. They're gonna be cool with it, unless there's been some other instances where people came over and steal and everything like that. But if they say no, you can't.
Cooning. You probably
let me finish what I'm saying. No, this ain't cooning. This is leading with respect. Because the reality is, if you don't know anybody over there, you have to communicate.
I literally I just laid the red carpet out for you.
No,
you came over there.
No.
You saw somebody that you knew because you tried to make it seem like, why would he go over there with somebody?
Okay.
He enemy territory. First of all, it's track. Everybody's over there. It's not football. It's not this side, that side. It's track. Everybody's over there.
What I'm saying is, this is pretty much got him to 35 years, and I had to beat this dude because all the witness testimony says the opposite of what you're saying. They said that he went over there and he didn't really know anybody. He was being belligerent, this and that. I call bullshit on that.
You believe it. Okay.
I never. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Or you just yelling?
I heard you.
What did I say? I said I think he knew somebody over there. That's why he went over there.
Okay, whatever.
So why you saying
whether it was raining and he was trying to get out the rain, whether he knew
fuck that.
somebody.
No,
what does
no.
that have
If
to
he
do?
want to get out the rain, like I said, he had an option to go underneath the bleachers. He didn't want to do that.
Who the fuck want?
It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. I'm cussing.
But
you
you saying that was the only place to go. I'm saying that's false. He could have went on.
No, I didn't say that was the only place to go. But who want to go under anybody bleachers?
Okay, you want to
go
get the rain,
under
you
the
get
tent,
the rain.
and it just so happened when he went under the tent, he saw somebody that he knew. He went over there, hollered at him, bro. That big steroid boy came over there like, you ain't supposed to be here. And like, who are you? Is this your tent? Is this your house? Like, I mean, you.
By Texas law, this is why you need to know Texas law.
There you go again with that.
By Texas law.
Bro, they both are the adults. He was 17
Let
too.
me finish what I'm saying.
All right.
By
he was 17 too.
Just Jay, shut up.
Don't say, because he was 17, he was a...
Just Jay, I'm basically telling you this. Because of Texas law, his coach can assign him to be a leader of that team. That's all I was trying to tell you. I didn't know this till yesterday. All right? That's why I'm trying.
He got a new legal team, and they filed for an appeal.
But here's what I'm telling you. This is why whenever I go anywhere I really don't know too many people at, I'm a
truck driver. I go everywhere that I'm not supposed to be at.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
And I got, what I got? I wish a nigga would.
Hey,
I wish a nigga would. I would.
You're a woman.
I'm just. I don't care. I wish. I be wishing sometimes. I be wanting it sometimes. I just one time for the one time. I just be wanting it.
You're a woman.
But I'm nice though. I'm nice. I'm like, look, when somebody open the door for me, I'm not finna get shot and killed because I didn't say thank you because somebody opened the door for me. You remember that? I'm not that type of person. But
what I'm saying is, you're a woman.
But sometimes I be I just one time for the one time. I just want to be on that type of time.
So
you know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying that it's not to be sexist or anything.
I just be
hold on,
it.
let me finish what I'm saying.
But I'm nice so I can't have it because I'm too nice. I'll be like, thank you.
Yeah,
polite.
I get all that.
I'm polite. So I'm gonna be mean. I'm gonna be mean tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow I'm gonna be mean. Bitch, don't open the door for me. I'm gonna use it. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But my overall point is in all this, right? You're a woman. You're gonna be more accepted.
Oh, you see, you a sexist. I'm not. I see this already.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you the reality of the situation.
You a woman. What does that mean?
Reason I'm saying this. All right. A man's gonna approach you.
I'm a truck driver. I work in a male-dominated field, sir.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay.
Let me finish what I'm saying. If a woman if a attractive girl comes sit down and I'm not saying you're attractive, it's not
nigga, I am. Don't
look. I'm just saying.
Attractive girl. I like the story already. Attractive girl to show what she did.
I'm just saying if
no.
Tell
my story.
The issue you were had in this situation. Let's say you was Carmelo. If you would have went in that tent after the track thing or whatever and everything, you probably wouldn't get any backlash from the women, the girls over there, the young ladies over there as much. Unless hold up. Let me finish what I'm saying. This is where the smoke would have happened. If let's say one of the dudes there try to holler at you and they like them. That could have been a situation. You might be in a fight in that one. That happens all the time in the hood. The new girl come around. But that would have been put in a thing. Everybody got their phones out. Everybody recording. No. That's what I'm saying. Your situation is going to be totally different than Carmelo's.
No, but me and you had this conversation. I said if I was in a tent and you came in there because you were trying to get out of the rain and you came over there to holler at me, right? And then somebody came pull up on you. It was like you would if
you like me, you would have vouched. Like if you
no. If we was It don't matter if I vouch for you, because at the end of the day, they're gonna say, "Woman, stay in your place."
That's
Nigga,
not
I
true.
got and if y'all got previous smoke or beef, I wouldn't know that. How would I know that? How would I know that y'all got beef?
And the thing is, and that's another part of the trial. That was people's gaslighting. They never had another. They didn't have a beef. They didn't even know each other. Come to find out.
That's okay.
That's it. That's it. I mean, look, if 21 witnesses saying the same thing and his brother saying the same thing.
And then what 21 witness you listening to? Coons.
21?
Raccoons. They probably eat raccoons on like.
Oh, come on, man. Quit with that. Not everybody gonna agree with you. Come on, you gotta quit that. You don't have to insult them if they don't go with the whole narrative. Come on, man.
We saw the video.
I watched it. He didn't get jumped. But
it don't matter. He defended himself.
Bullshit.
He defended himself. Okay.
This is what I'm saying. It's easy to me, right? Number one, if you're going somewhere you don't know anybody at, you better be the most respectful person at the tent. Now, if they say, well, it's the rules, you can't be over here, blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. That's when you make your move.
Well,
you leave.
But with the way they said it, they're young. That's first of all, that's not your tent, and second of all, what you just
by the state. Hold on. I gotta stop you on that.
I'm a female. Wait, what you say?
Just say.
I just want to make sure I heard it clearly. I just,
what?
You know what I'm saying? I'm a female, and I'm like, I need to do what? I need to leave.
So.
You know what I'm saying?
This is what Austin fucked up.
They men.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
And I'm a female, so I'm like, I need to leave. Your mama needs to leave.
This is what Austin fucked up at, right? Austin should never touch them. So that's the only thing he fucked up in this whole thing. Because by law,
of course you would take up for him.
I'm not taking up for him. I said he fucked up in that. Okay, are you hearing what I'm saying, or are you just reacting?
No, I'm listening.
Okay. I literally just said he fucked up putting his hands on Carmelo. How's that taken up for him?
He even said that. He said, well, his brother said that they were there. They approached him. So I don't know how you got.
So if you let me talk, there is actually a law that protects Austin in this situation. Now, it's correct. I didn't believe it either. I did not believe it. TTB played the law. I forgot what is under Texas, the school code thing, 35.6 or something like that, .06. I could dig it up if you need me to. But like,
I'm about to say, pull it up. Show us right now.
All right. I think I'm lying. Get my phone. I'll get this right now. I don't have time to be lying to anybody. Fuck you.
No, I ain't say you lying.
I know you're not.
If I was on a jury pool, it would be hung. Jury, like, y'all want Subway tomorrow? What we eating tomorrow? Cause he ain't getting no 35 years. Like, nah. I'm a jury of his peers, and he not getting 35. Whatever the fuck y'all yet. Look, whatever. Nah, he not. Nah, nope. He not getting. If I was on the jury, no. Y'all want to sentence him? Y'all can go down all the rules and what he did wrong and blase and wooty woo. Like, okay, convince me that he should get 35 years. Please and thank you. So I can go home to my family because I love my family too. I like my family a lot. But he not getting no 35 years.
Hold on. Unauthorized persons refusal of entry.
Blow it up. No. Don't read.
I'm blowing
blow
up.
it up.
What you read it? You can't read. You can't see that.
And I'm on my computer. That's crazy. I can't. Oh my gosh.
You on the
And I ain't
computer?
even got my glasses on.
Over there.
Education code section.
A hold on. A school administrator, school resource officer, or school
And first of all,
district.
he wasn't even at school. He wasn't even on school.
Hush. Just Jay. Please. First of all, if it's a school activity, which it was, that's considered a school event. That field is considered a school property for any school event. You know this. There's a reason why when you go to high school games, you can't bring your piece in there. You know why you can't bring your piece? Because it's against the law.
I bring my piece everywhere.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that online, but it's the truth. You can't really do that.
I got a lot of shit I want to say that as a trucker, there's a lot of shit. Anywho, that don't matter. But at the end of the day, he didn't have anything illegal. He had something on him that goes with his uniform. He was a shark
that's
star.
not that's false too.
Again.
That's false too.
Okay.
That's literally a knife.
It's literally okay. So you agree with me? So
no, that was a pocket knife.
No, it was a cleat, bro.
You want to put some money on this? My cash app is on the thing. You want to put some money on this?
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to put some money on this?
You.
Hey, right now, do you want to put some money on it? My cash app is on the watchdog.
You weird.
Do you want to put some money on this? If this is a pocket knife or not? Do you want to put some money on it?
That's not a pocket knife. That was a cleat.
Do you want to put some money on
adjuster? That was a cleat.
Do you want to put some money on it? You see my cash app?
That was a cleat adjuster.
You sure? Do you want to put some money on it? Yes or no? Yes or no? We want to put money on it.
And what happened to 11 minutes before? 2 minutes before?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You said no.
Yes. I know what I said.
You just said that he stabbed. Or you saying he stabbed Austin
with a cleat adjuster?
Oh, you gonna stand by that?
Yes.
All right.
Don't matter what they said in the trial. Don't matter.
No. We're not gonna do that.
Everybody was calling it a knife.
You see, what is that? What that look like?
Hold on. Bro.
That's evidence.
Can I share my screen with you?
This is evidence.
So can I share my screen with you?
Go ahead.
You know that is not, bro. That's not what he. Okay, I don't know. You know what? I don't know.
You said click. This is at the scene. This is at a bleacher.
Cause at the end of the day, even if he had a knife, he had a 260-pound, 225-pound boy, and his brother, and people trying to fuck him up.
Again.
So
I hate
your
to
daddy
say
never taught you to defend yourself.
No. Number one.
Number two, my uncles, they old as fuck, and I only got one left. I had 4 of them, right? And there's my mama, and then I had 4 uncles, right? My granddaddy gave them knives when they was like 8. Gave them pistols when they was like 8, right? Because they used to live on land where it just so happened wild hogs was there.
I understand that.
Do you feel me? So he didn't go there in the intent to kill anyone, but it just so happened he had something that a pencil can kill somebody.
I'm gonna ask you
know
this.
What I'm saying? My fist could kill.
No. I'm gonna ask you this. Have you ever seen somebody get jumped?
Yes. I've been jumped.
Okay. If you really about to get jumped, you don't have time to go in your backpack. You more like gotta unless you just got a feeling that's going to happen.
No, maybe
Hold up, let me
your
finish what I'm saying.
people, maybe
Let me
your
finish what
people
I'm saying.
taught you. You know what I'm saying? I wish
There's no
somebody
way.
taught. Oh my
There's no
gosh.
way you going in your backpack. If you get about
Who
to get
said he
jumped,
went in his backpack? Maybe it was a back pocket.
no, stop,
I'm
Jesse.
dead.
You gotta use your fucking common sense here.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
If you ever seen somebody get jumped,
I got jumped.
Have you ever seen dudes jump on dude? Beat their
I got
ass.
jumped.
They taking things away from you. They taking your backpack.
The person I told that I got jumped was actually my friend, and she said that was my cousin. Why she tell me that? I beat her the fuck up.
Yeah, and like I said, all that beside the point. But
That's your cousin?
usually
Okay.
if you
tell your cousin this, bitch. Tell you my bad.
Yeah, I got you. But
My
usually when you're getting jumped,
they was trying to take my sneakers.
Usually when you getting jumped, somebody's grabbing your bag. Well,
I didn't have a bag. I was in school.
I know you. No, I'm not talking about you.
Oh.
See, he went in his bag. If he went in his bag,
first of all, white people ain't grabbing nobody bag. Why would they? What?
Yes, they will.
No,
because if you're trying to jump somebody, you're gonna take that You're gonna take that dude's bag.
Let's get the jumping part. Let's just move that out of the equation. Let's just say dude went to him and said, you leave. You gotta get out of here. Which we know he didn't say it like that. But let's say, nigga, you gotta go. You gotta leave. You don't belong here. Now what?
Like I said, the only problem Austin did was touch him.
Exactly. Like, nigga, you need to leave.
Oh my God.
And the way he said it, I already know. It's like, who you talking to?
Just Jay.
You talking to me? And I'm a female. So
yes, Jay.
You know, nigga, just you talking to me. You better not touch me. But who you talking to?
Listen to me.
I'm listening, but who you talking to?
You're reacting.
No. Who you? No. Cause I'm putting myself. I'm putting myself in his position. Like, who you talking to? I don't give a fuck. He big and strong and muscles and on fentanyl and you juiced up like
you bringing all that up.
Okay, all right, whatever. Anywho, I know who you talking to.
You bringing all this up.
Okay, but who you talking to? You talking to me? Look, who you talking to? And you touching? He touching. Oh, you touching? Oh, you a little touchy ass. Okay. All right. I now touch you back. Punch came, and maybe a fight happened. And nigga, ooka. Well, shit, I defended myself. What happened? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with I just
No. You gotta understand this. In the state of Texas, somebody
there you go with that state of Texas shit.
Because we gotta talk about the law. We have to understand what the law is. All right. You can't sit up here and be like, "Oh well, I would do this, I would do this," but don't know.
No, that's what happened.
And
sure
this
that's
is
what
why.
happened.
And this is why he's doing 35 years.
No, but he ain't. Nah.
I hate to be that dude.
I don't agree on that jury.
I don't agree with.
But I don't live in Frisco. If they put it in Dallas, look, where my jury card at?
I don't agree.
I don't know why people don't like to go to jury duty. First of all, y'all, I don't know how many people in the chat right now. Look, just go. Just go. You probably not gonna get picked. It don't matter. But guess what? You gonna do is get paid for that day. Jury, the city gonna pay you It might be $8. That's a meal that you could go to Subway and get you a sandwich,
and you
or
gonna have
you
to get
catch the bus or whatever. But go ahead, I'm listening.
my point I was trying to say.
I never get picked, but I love going to jury duty. I love dressing. I was like, ooh, I love dressing up, just going to jury duty because I was about to get picked one time, and that old ass lady settled out of court. I'm like, you bitch. I was gonna give you $25 for parking a handicap because you didn't have your handicap sticker, and she settled out of court, bitch. Well, anywho, my bad. I'm sorry. What happened? Back to Mello. Nah, 35 years. No. You would have gave him 35 years. You would have let them white people that all white jury coerce you to
You tripping, Just Jay. Because
you
I already said I disagree with the 35 years.
He shouldn't get nothing, no time.
That's it. That's not gonna happen.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's not gonna happen because I'm trying to lay out why he was gonna be guilty of this.
Because you saying he's an adult, but if he's an adult,
I never said the adult. I never brought up adult.
Yes, you did. Last live, you said that the reason why.
Okay. I know for a fact I didn't.
Bro, don't let me clip it.
What I was stating is the fact that he had ample time to be away from that situation, to get out of that situation. That's true. That I mean, all metrics. He had ways to get out of that. That's number one. He didn't have to stay there. Number two,
it's raining.
I don't give a fuck about rain. We are man. If you play football, yeah, you might have to be in the rain. They just now start getting tense on that shit. Juicy, the appropriate sentence should have been 20 years, in my opinion, because
20 years.
20 years. He would probably got out at 8 to 10 years. He had look. Here's the thing.
You tripping?
I ain't tripping. I know the law. What you don't know. You don't know the law. Because if you knew the law, you wouldn't be arguing right now.
Yeah, but had it been a white boy, you'd be like, oh well, you wouldn't be talking all this
the white boy
mumbo
did.
jumbo.
No.
If he was white,
what the white boy would have done, he would have took the deal.
Whatever.
He should have took the deal on a manslaughter. If they provided him a deal,
he shouldn't have took a deal on anything. It was self-defense.
And Juicy, this is state time, so 20 years doesn't mean day for day. 20 years actually mean like 8 to 9 years. So we have to stipulate that. So anytime state time.
Hey, Juicy Fruit.
Yeah, 20. It's 20 years. That's the maximum he could do. No, it's not. He took a look. Here's the thing. He did break law.
Why he break the law?
Number one.
What law did he break?
Can I finish what I'm saying? Don't cut me off. I'm getting a little irritated now. Don't cut me off now.
Because you know you wrong.
No, I'm not. I'm not wrong on this.
Yeah.
Juicy J. Juicy and
Juicy J.
Juicy J. That's crazy. Both of y'all.
Juicy J. Don't call her Juicy J. That's not her name, sir.
Juicy Fruit and J. All right. Whatever. Reason I said that is the fact that he did bring a knife to a school event. No matter how the size is or whatever, you could say, well, that was he could done it because it's a gray area when you're dealing with Juicy J. Yeah, it's hilarious. She laughing at it. There's a gray area when you deal with doing any type of force on a school event, school property. That's a gray area. So since there's a gray area,
it was not a school property.
Yes,
it was not school nothing.
Yes,
it wasn't, bro.
It was a track event, school track event,
and it was not on school nothing. Like you read. What have you been reading, my guy?
I've been reading all of this. I'm telling you from the CHL class. All right. There's places where I cannot carry. There's places where if I have a knife, there's a gray area where it comes to law.
He didn't have a knife.
What are you looking at on the this is what's on
I
the
don't care what you send me. I don't care.
it doesn't
I
matter.
don't care.
Look, here's the thing. That if it was going to trial, 20 years is the max I would have gave him, which he 35 years is excessive to me. If you took a deal, that could have been down to criminal negligence because he, like I said, he didn't go there to stab somebody. It was an altercation, and he used excessive force. That's considered criminal negligence. And he'll probably have got about 8 to 12 years tops if he would went to that. He would have got the Asmongold sentence, right? Because that's considered they consider it murder, but they gave her the sentence of criminal negligence because she went to the wrong house. She didn't have no prior knowledge of him that we know of, and then there was it was a mistake, and they kind of taking the blame for that because the city of Dallas overworked her. I mean, she was too young to be doing too young in the thing.
Make excuses.
Ain't no excuses to it. It's just
Make
the fact
excuses for that bitch.
she's not innocent, Juicy J. He admitted to it. Here's the thing, man. What we all gotta understand.
Right down the street for the police force.
What we all gotta understand. If you have to use any type of force,
How you don't know, nigga? I be.
cut me off.
Oh, I'm sorry, but look, I be slithered on panels, but at the end of the day, I know where I live.
Again,
I know if I have a purple carpet. I know if I have a purple rug.
What are you talking about?
She act like she was at her house. So you mean to tell me you didn't recognize the rug that was in front of somebody's door that's not yours?
All right. The react. I get what
I
you're
don't care
saying.
about her having a uniform on. She had to been drunk. She had to been slow. She had to been.
Have you ever been
whatever.
sleep deprived? I know you're a truck driver. Have you been sleep
Right.
deprived? Doing 18 hours of something just straight through it, barely any breaks and stuff?
Say it again. Repeat the question.
Okay. Have you ever did any task that you pretty much don't have any breaks? You going 18 hours straight, pretty much.
Not 18 hours, but I'm listening.
She did an 18-hour shift, right?
So that's what she said.
So what I'm
she
saying
told
is,
you,
what
and you
I-
believed it.
What I'm saying, that's what the case says. See,
Okay.
look, we gotta
Like the case said that he had a knife, but he had
This is the evidence right here.
adjuster.
Just Jay, you've been gaslit. Been gaslit.
All right.
This is the knife. This is the evidence. This is from the
Okay.
court.
All right.
There's no whoever told you a cleaner, they lied to you. You gotta get that out their head. This is the knife. They
Don't
showed
matter
it.
if it's a knife. He defended himself, and they
Okay.
went on school property.
Okay.
They was at a field house. They went on school property.
Just
Like
Jay,
what?
you really need to learn the law in Texas.
But if he
You'll
was
re-
white,
It don't
you'd
matter.
be like, "Ooh,
It don't matter.
He should
And I
get
never-
no
and-
time."
And did I say Asmongold Geiger didn't deserve any time? I said this is what she got. Why are you putting words in my mouth?
I ain't say anything. I ain't say none of that.
But still, why are you putting words in my mouth?
I did not.
Why are you thinking I'm going to just defend the white folks? What
I didn't say
gave
that.
you that idea?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You just said it. This
I
is
don't know
a
what you're
third
talking
time.
about.
Okay. So don't patronize me. That if you really want to be out the panel, that's the way you get out the panel. You patronize me. Don't patronize me. Yes, me too, fair enough. But it wasn't. No, I never said it was premeditated. But the thing is, he said he did it. So here's the thing. When you talk to the police and that nature, Juice J, and you said this is what you did, this is what you did. Matter of factly, it's not alleged, not this stuff. They're gonna take that as a confession of you committing crime. Only reason that when you do stuff like that, you might as well just go ahead and plead guilty and be under the mercy of the court, or do a plea deal. You do a plea deal, they're gonna drop it. They're gonna drop. They can't go to the maximum when you do a plea deal. You just take the L on that one. You can still, I believe you can still get your rights fully back after you do your time. I don't know how that plays, but this was one of those cases where once you start talking to police, once you start doing all that, you really don't have a defense unless you take the stand. And you take the stand. A lot of stuff that Just Jay is talking about up here as the Clive, the Clive cleaners and all this and all that, that's gonna go out the window because now he gonna tell you exactly what went down. So that's the only way he probably could have got less time. I don't agree with the 35 years. I said 20 years because he admitted to it. You know what I'm saying? I know he gonna get out at 8. This is the first offense. You know what I'm saying? I know how it works. They probably could splice it. Yeah, his life is still, it's ruined the way it go. He was gonna do time. It wasn't no way, like Just Jay saying he wasn't gonna do time. There was no way that would have went down. So that's my whole thing. Like, once you start admitting you did it on cam, you wasn't under arrest.
First of all, I didn't say he wasn't gonna do time.
You did.
No, I said if I was on a jury, he wouldn't have got 35 years. I didn't say he wasn't gonna do time because there's people like you that would have been on the jury that would be on some coon shit. And
so hold on.
I'm just saying.
Hold on.
If I was on a jury, it would have been
the second time you said that. So
I'm just saying.
So when did me holding somebody accountable for their actions become a coon
self-defense?
It ain't self-defense. It's not self-defense. This is when it's self-defense. All right, here, listen to me clearly. If he would have left them and they would have followed him off premises, or he'll follow them wherever they go, and they try to hit him up, and then he did stab him, that's self-defense. Because the thing is, he left. He did a peaceful gesture. He left. You know what I'm saying? They followed him. They at that time they aggressed him. That's how the jury gonna look at that. Then him doing that, yeah, they probably give him on a little weapon. They probably won't even give him a weapon charge because they don't look at him defend himself against punks, and they didn't fix their situation. So he would have been fully exonerated on this charge if he would have left. This is why it's always good to de-escalate. You don't always got to be super hard all the time. That's the only thing I've been trying to say all along. It's not me just up here, saying where the white boys are right for what they did. I never even said that. I basically said, hey, he also made a mistake of touching him. This is what Austin should have did, and this is clear. His coach gave him authority, which is under Texas law. You go find it. It's under Texas law, under the education, the 35. Well, hold up. Let me go find it right here. Under the Education Code 37-105, unauthorized persons refusing entry, ejection, and identification. So this is people. That's verbal ones getting people. This basically getting him at Carmelo at the situation. It's another one. Hold up. 30-7. No, where is it? Hold up. I think I did a picture of it. I got that. Let's see, not that one. So basically, they when they showed a text message that coach was telling Austin to be the leader and watch the thing while he coaches the teams out on the field. So whenever a coach or a figure they could give somebody, like if you had a school event, let's say if it's not a track event, let's say it's like RTC or something like that. One of the events that you go into a public place, but it's a school event, they could assign like the captains of like the drill team or captain of the track team or something. They could be the authority figure. It's at like a place like a designated spot or tent or something like that, a public situation. I remember there was I'm trying to find exactly what they happened in 1995. You know what? I'm gonna have to go find tickets thing. Cause it's under this. I can't remember exactly the statute part. So this is about people trespassing, but there's a thing. It's a actual bylaw in the code. I can't remember the number where it says it states that the coach can designate somebody at that. But the thing is, Austin would have had responsibility over that. But the thing is, he doesn't have the ability to enforce anything. He going to inform, and he should have had sent somebody to the coach or so they get resource officer or something to actually handle that. So that's the only part he actually fucked up at. But legally, he was right for like confronting Carmelo and telling him to get you have to make a move. It's not necessarily it's in Texas law. I gotta go find this. But where was it at? My voice is gone. I'm gonna have to go take me something a little bit. But Juicy J, this is the thing we gotta understand too. If we're guilty and it's murky, if the case is murky, like in this case is pretty murky, just for the simple fact that he already agreed on camera that he did something, he did that, and even the self-defense, like once you start doing saying stuff like that on camera, the prosecution's gonna pick that apart. So once you knowing that, you need to be seeking a plea deal and just go ahead and plead out of that situation. And that's the difference between what we told not to plead out, not to take the lesser charge. Especially when you're guilty, we're told not to do that, and that gotta stop. We gotta bring accountability back in our culture overall. It's not me just agreeing with everything with the law and everything. I'm not even gonna own that type of time. It's just the reality of the situation. Damn, I ain't know. Damn, it's 12 o'clock. So hey, Judge Day, I'm about to go in. I've been up here for 3 hours, man. You there? I appreciate everybody being here, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think I'll do 3 hours.
I'm here. I'm listening. I've been listening. I've been doing good.
My voice about to go.
My voice is gone. I've been yelling at people.
You drunk as hell too.
No, I'm not. My voice is gone because I've been yelling. Not at you. Don't worry. It don't matter. Don't matter.
We taking shit out on me, man, because you got some issues going on.
No. I know. I have not yelled at you not one time tonight, but we've you know what I'm saying? We had talks. You have your opinion. You have your opinion, and it is what it is. But I'm gonna let you get out of here.
All right. Appreciate you coming up. Appreciate you, Juicy J.
Just Juice J. You hear him, Juicy Fruit. Just Juice J.
Man, I'm tired,
but I'm drunk though. Just Juice J.
I'm sober than motherfucker too.
Talk about Just Juice J.
Let's get ready. Yeah, let's get ready. I'm tripping.
Just on the panel. I mean, not on the panel. Just on the jury. Tehran that gonna get somebody a whole bunch of years. That don't.
Hell no. All right. Now you are just trolling now. But hey, you control all day over here. I said Juicy Day. Now I got 3 since my. You know what is funny? I was just talking about Pooh Shiesty and CB3 brought Juicy J. I don't blame CB3 on that one. Just Jay, I appreciate you up here. Juicy, I appreciate you coming. Salute to you. Salute to everybody, Phoenix. I want to redo my credits. Phoenix.
I'm about to hop down, but shout out to you. Shout out to you for letting me up. I appreciate the conversation. Shout out to the chat. But yes, yeah. you know when I get up here, I have questions.
Yeah, I hear you.
And you don't like the answers. I don't know. Like, and look.
Man, I answer the questions. You just don't like my answers. Come on, don't play with me.
Nah. You about to drop me because I
No. I'm about to drop you for cutting me off. That's why I'm about to drop you. When you about to cut me off, cutting me off, I could tolerate that more. But when you patronize, don't patronize me. That pisses me off. Because I know what I'm talking about. When you start patronizing me, I'm like, oh, okay, you all right.
I've been on your pedal before, so like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I try to be very, very respectful on your in your home and your, you know what I'm saying? But you wrong about this one. But I guess we'll talk about it again next time you go live. But you wrong. 35, 10, even 10s. You wrong.
I said 20 years.
Okay,
get out of 8.
No.
Reason in the game again. Reason I said 20 years. I know he wasn't intending to go up there, but he did fuck up. It is what it is. But hey, we keep that for another day. I'm
gonna drop down. Appreciate you. Shout out to the chat. I'm gonna drop down.
Salute to everybody in peace.